There we go. And that's a beautiful way to start Iron Gods, session 18.
Ooh,
18
18.
sessions.
We're an adult now.
And we haven't died yet.
That's right. Right? Now we can do all kinds of exciting things except for drink alcohol.
But you can't show
why
the
would we want
nipple.
to do that? Why? No, we definitely can't do anything with nipples. Nipples are evil.
No, nipples are good.
So speaking
they?
of, I hope I don't mess this one up. I should have written it down first, but Evan told me the strip club that's over by the apartment has a sign that says, "We are clothed and we're closed. Come back when we're not clothed and closed."
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, yay!
There's one picture of the strip club marquee going around on the interwebs was, "We're closed, beat it."
Really?
Which could be
That's pretty
interpreted
funny.
in many ways.
That's perfect.
That's cute.
You know, yeah, that's fun. Have fun with it. Hey,
Cute.
you know, it's not like, I mean, now they just don't have to worry about going to the strip club. Now they can just do web videos.
Cam girl.
Right? That's
Yeah.
what's happening, right? Everybody's on the interwebs, like, shaking their
I
ass.
mean, why not? I mean, I'm not saying I'm
Well,
going to
it's-
get on
it's
the internet and
normal.
shake my ass. I'm saying more power to them, you know? If
Yeah.
that's what they want to do, go for it. And in my personal opinion, it's like, hey, at least you have a way to say no and be like, oh, my power shut down. Wham!
Right?
And people can't follow you home from the club.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I would
Exactly.
think, I would think from a female perspective, it would be safer. But
Yeah.
I actually interviewed for a company that does adult chat for performers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That does an adult what?
They run some of the adult chat software that people use for streaming the performances, and
Oh, like the cam software.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
but it's got all
So
the
think-
integrated payments and
Thing
tipping.
had
Like,
code in there to give himself unlimited tokens to make it rain. Here we go.
well, no,
Give me a
because
token.
when you're working QA or tech support, you have to actually go in and sample cameras occasionally and look for quality issues and
There you
try out things when people are having trouble.
That's terrible. Left a bit, right a bit, left a bit.
Circle.
That's terrible. You're a terrible man. Terrible man. Ooh, Nightbot's going crazy.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'd just like
Craig,
to say,
did you
welcome
activate
everyone.
Craig?
Before we get, Craig, hold on, let me do Craig.
Craig.
I never
God
remember his
damn it,
command.
Craig.
I always get it wrong. I always get Craig's commands wrong. Because it's got like it has a comma after the second.
You
like-
suck, Craig. We all hate you.
What is it like?
It's like
colon and
colon.
semicolon in different spots?
It's Craig, comma, space join, which just isn't intuitive.
Why are you trying to join Craig's colon? I don't get it.
It should just have a thing you can like right-click context menu on. You know,
Now recording.
No,
There he is, creepy old Craig.
record this.
he sounds like a new Cylon or something, you know?
He does. He sounds a bit like he was created for the destruction of humanity.
By your command.
In the
Craig, why
beginning,
don't you love
there
us?
was a fish.
Craig doesn't love us. That's the problem. Craig
Well, you
loves
know.
no one but Craig. I'm
I'm feeling a little sympathy for Craig now.
Aw. Why are you feeling sympathy for Craig?
Because I understand where he's coming from now.
I mean, his logo, his image is like a little beaver, so go fly the plane, Saul. Paul's excited to play with her new yoke.
Her new. Oh, did y'all order groceries?
No, this is yoke as in the plane flying kind
Yoke
of.
as in Flight Simulator.
Not like
Oh,
you lock
I
up
thought we were talking
misbehaving women in, you know.
like hot eggs.
It's like, wait, her yoke? Are you guys trying to have kids? What? What?
Ew,
Before we
no.
get totally sidetracked and lose the start of this whole thing,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
going to say
Y'all
that I
do
actually
weird
won something
diet
recently.
stuff, and y'all are
Ooh.
looking all trim and good and shit. So.
True. Okay. So I won something recently from Never Ending Inc.,
Hmm.
who is a company that's starting up to do animated game content. So they'll like record stuff like Twitch, but then they'll allow you like an animating overlay to like have characters talking to each other and shit. So that should be quite interesting. But look what they gave me because I was on like their Twitter shit. Look.
Cool.
Aw. So you like rotoscope live or something?
Like it's like what Pencil Monkey used to do for us, I think, where he animated our clips.
Oh yeah.
Look, up comes up. And it's a dice
Oh,
bag.
it looked like a rolled up scroll or something.
It doesn't look like you could break it
It's
for
a
roofing,
dice
though.
bag. It's a potion bottle dice bag.
It's pretty cool.
And a health
I
potion
think
because
so.
it's red.
Thank you very much for them, to those persons
I would
who
tell you how cool
braved
I
the
think
terrible,
it is.
terribleness to I lost wit.
Me too.
There she
Oh,
is.
now she's
I
That shit
have.
is
I
too
was
bad.
trying to refresh. There's all those. It's so cute. Is it like a little crochet bag?
It's
She's
a
on-
crochet. It's a crochet health potion.
Like a little knit bag or whatever. Those
Yeah,
are.
let me get it closer.
Hal doesn't realize it's an actual scrotum warmer, but don't tell him.
Drink those dice.
Well,
It'll be good for your health.
You know, honestly, if he wants to use it as a scrotum warmer and he wants to use it as a
Bill.
Something to drink out
potion
of.
bag,
Bill,
then
wouldn't-
by all means, reduce, reuse, recycle, reuse, man. That's a very important step that everybody forgets. So by all means,
Bill, this
you
is
reuse
Texas.
your
We don't need
scrotum bag.
warmers.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
that's more Bill's climate.
Hey, Hal, Whitney is on. She's on Twitch. So
Yes, and she's
I
on.
see it. No, she
Yeah.
popped off briefly and then came back.
Yeah. We're good.
I really need to redo this overlay because sticking Tim post-it notes on there. Really
yeah, I
is
know the
very
post-it
difficult.
note. It's the random one.
Just throwing it out there. It's be as professional as you can be, right?
Well, if he survives,
Well,
you
But
know,
yeah, let's wait one more combat to see if he
Yeah.
dies. Just
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen him be effective yet.
He
so
almost
maybe
got-
we can get post-it
he almost
notes.
got taken out by a gate, and we've got another gate
I
coming
know.
up soon, I think.
Oh,
So.
shit. I gotta go get a
Y'all are
coat
so
on. It's getting chilly
mean.
all of a sudden. Ooh.
Ugh.
Speaking of getting chilly, we had 2 inches of snow today. What the fuck, man?
What the
Oh
hell?
my gosh, yeah,
That's
it's been
nothing.
snowing for
I'm gonna
days.
say Denver's getting
Denver.
slammed, right?
It's freaking crazy. I'm
Like,
like,
I'm waiting for frogs to come out of the sky and zombies to rise up. I'll let
We
y'all
got
know.
up to the mid 60s today.
Oh, the mid 60s.
Yeah.
What were we? 80 something with?
Today?
Mhm.
I think so.
I don't know. I only set foot outside twice.
It
Where
was.
to count
It's
here?
77 right now, but the humidity is probably higher.
Is Whit muted?
Probably.
I think. Yeah.
All I see is a window. Whit, you're muted.
It is 34 degrees right now here.
Am I muted?
No.
You're not
You
now.
are? Oh, have you got that one where you knock the boom up and it mutes you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I may have tapped it on accident.
There you go. You're good.
Got that
You were
boom.
showing us your window.
So Hal, where did we left off from last time?
Tim, where did we leave off last time? Don't you owe us a haiku about last session?
Yes, there were.
I
yes,
have a bunch of
right.
haikus, but they're supposed to be for my character.
Oh, okay, fair. But I thought it'd be nice if you did one for last session as like a roundup of what happened.
Let's see if I have one that.
I got hit by a big gate.
no,
No,
that
no,
was the
there.
episode before that.
I got
That's your 7. That's your 7. You just need 2 5s on each side.
Well, the gate was 2 sessions
it.
ago.
Felt really bad.
Last session we just did the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, last session was the ghost, and then Wit was able
It,
to.
like totally sucked ass.
The portcullis was a
I
creep.
am strong like gnome.
I'd just like to say we're breaking down the ancient art of haiku into just finger counting, which is probably not the best. But...
Nice, dude.
No, I just give.
All right.
What?
Somebody want to recap what happened last session?
Pardon?
Somebody want to recap what happened last session?
Yes. I won with love.
Ah, yes, you did.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship is
Friendship.
magic.
She talked a ghost into the next world.
I did.
It's a good job, because if you'd have fought that thing, it really would have killed you, maybe.
And we got a good blessing from Sarin Ray at the end.
That's
I know we can cast
true.
like critical heal or something.
Cure moderate wounds.
Oh, I thought it was cure
cure-
serious. I have
Cure
written down.
serious? Is it cure serious?
Yeah. Yeah, you said cure
Oh,
serious, mate.
serious wounds. Yeah, that's serious. That is.
Which is uber, man.
That's a big
I was
difference.
like, I'm gonna pull out my little handy dandy notebook.
Yes.
3d8 plus 1 point
It's
per character
one
level.
time.
Yes, it's once, but it never runs. It never goes away.
Until
There
we use
go.
it.
Cure serious wound. Yes.
Yeah, it's not on my character sheet.
And it
It's cure
never goes
serious
out.
wounds. Once. Actually, the best part was each PC immediately gains the benefits of a heal spell and the ability to cast Cure Serious Wounds once as a spell-like ability.
Too bad we didn't have damage or something to heal's a nice spell.
That's crazy, though, right? Everyone is healed completely. I mean, the heal spell's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It's like if you had mummy
like
rock
big-
or
big
some
magic.
shit like that. That's big.
So,
but-
cure serious wounds, can we cure only ourselves, or if one of us is down in combat, can somebody else use the cure on another
They
person?
could use their own, but so basically, you would use your version of the spell. If you're unconscious, you can't do it.
Right, but I could use my cure to cure Tim if he's
yeah, it works like
Yeah.
the spell.
cool.
It,
Yeah,
did,
it's
it
exactly
said
like
there was no
the spell.
material components or anything like that.
Right,
too,
I just
so.
wanted to make sure that, it wasn't a personal only, since it's a blessing that we've internalized somehow,
No, it's a spell-like ability that acts exactly like Cure Serious, so you
Yeah.
can do it on other people like you normally would.
Yeah, Wit's
Sweet.
like she literally bullshit her
Okay.
way to convinced a ghost. That was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, that's very correct. Yes, I have put a lot of effort into my bullshit categories.
Well, since you're able to pose as his lost love and forgive him on her behalf.
Honestly, I think
ultimately you did a lot of prep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
You
team
were
effort.
like,
We
what
kind of
does
all.
a person from
We
that time period
did.
look like? You were
I
like
just
asking the
showed up
right
and played the
question.
part, but we all got the info and talked it out. I just kind of showed up and was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, and he kind of wanted to believe it too, because there weren't a whole lot of
He
like
did.
deception rolls that we really had to do. Of
It
hearing it
actually
out.
says in it. He says in it, if presented with either situation, either his fiance or her father, and either of them forgive him, he basically wants to believe it to the point that there's no need to make a roll.
Now he's
Interesting.
Assuming that it's a convincing presentation.
now he can be reunited with her in the embrace of Sar and Ray.
Right?
And aren't those
Except
Sar and Ray
for-
knights really feeling stupid because they could have gotten rid of this ghost 100 years ago if they just had thought to lie to him?
Oh God!
Or
I
speak
mean,
with dead, or cast a speak
None
with
of them
dead
were
and just let
willing
him have
to
the
put on a
conversation.
wig and pretend to be a woman, though. So that is their fault.
so. Then, what we were suggesting to go to the, I guess the gang-ridden
Scrapwall.
town, Scrapwall.
Scrapwall.
Yes, they were going to loan us their boat to cross the river. And
They have a boat to cross the river.
do they have a rope to pull the boat back, or is somebody going to row with us, or do we just hide the boat somewhere?
Yeah,
under
you
the
can
shore?
probably do that. Somebody will come across with you and bring the boat back.
Oh, how I was going to ask you, in this setting, what's the season that we're in right now?
It's probably late summer at this point.
Okay.
And Numeria's like equatorial or a little southern. Trying to remember.
Yeah, I think it's a little warmer, right? Because there's a lot of drier land. There's not much temperate. Oh, so that's to the north, and then it gets icy very fast.
So we're late summer and it's very dry.
It's very dry in Numeria anyway, so it's just there's a lot. It's like steppe land, a lot of it.
It's not.
Okay.
It's dry, but if you are really hurting for Numenarian fluids, we can hook you up. Right, Kiernan?
Oh yeah, they've got Numerian fluids.
Nothing like tipping a pint and becoming immortal.
I mean, Bill drank
Or
some,
melt,
so,
one of the
you
two.
know,
It's cool,
Yeah.
Flat regretted it, but he did drink some. You can get amazing things from drinking it, Tim.
No.
Just
No.
gotta be a little lucky on your roll. Well, I
You could grow wings, Tim.
That'd be
could-
kind of sweet.
I could
know.
once an hour I could make an alchemy roll to try and figure out if I can figure out what it'll do to anybody.
Right? Or it could melt all of the flesh off your bones,
Which it
And-
almost did to Bill.
which it almost did to Bill.
I did like 3 drinks or something like that, and I lost almost all my con, and
All of his constitution and shit vanished.
I did
Oh
have
my
like a
gosh.
con of. I had like a con of 5, and I was.
Was
I
that permanent or was that temporary?
No, it was temporary. Well, wait a
You
minute.
had to get a lesser restoration.
Lesser restoration and full restoration to get you back.
Yeah, it was jacked up, man.
But it's
That's
worth.
what happens when you mess with drugs, Tim.
It's
Don't
got a
do
good
it.
market price.
But that's why we were showing those videos of Skank from the movie The Wraith, like drinking the antifreeze. Oh, that shit's got
gosh.
kick.
I still wish we'd been able to like fill a keg of that stuff before it dried up, because that stuff's like liquid gold.
Yeah, it's worth a bunch of money if you want to be drug dealing slime bags.
You know, it's the meat bag's own choice what they do to their bodies.
That's right.
It's not like a
Force it on them.
So how are the knights here going to help us get across the river?
Yes, they're going to loan you a boat, and one of them will come over with you and drive the boat,
Can-
row the boat back.
Can they take care of Artax and Roach while we're gone?
Yeah, they're happy to do that.
Cool. We got like a base of operations here, man.
Yeah.
Do the knights?
So we still haven't we haven't congealed on our plan on how we want to get in. Do we want to sneak in, knowing that like everybody knows just about everybody in this place? How big is this place in relation to Torch? Like how big is Scrapwall?
Also, how far is it from this?
You can see it across from where you are. If you go down to the river, you can see it on the other side.
I mean, they've got to have some like gate entryway and some, method for bringing people in their barter town.
Hang on, I got you. Hold on.
Now, if you want to scout around the whole place and look for secret bolt holes in or out, that's an option, I guess.
Here, this is what Scrapwall's map looks like.
Ooh.
And we can see that from.
Oh, you can see the edge of that.
Really? Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like several miles away from this little fort.
It's literally very close to the river on the other side of the river.
And how far away is the river from this fort?
You can see it from the gate.
Oh wow. Okay.
40-minute walk or something.
Yeah. So each square on that map is 400 feet.
Alrighty then.
So Scrapwall's pretty big. It's not massive big, but it's big.
How many make holes is that?
What?
How many make holes is that?
What?
A
That's
lot.
a lot of make holes. But there's nothing to make hole because that's not a wall. It's just a pile of scrap.
It's just junk.
Everything
Literally.
here, it's literally piled up junk.
And probably been picked over for the last half a thousand years.
There's nothing of worth. There's nothing of worth in the wall, probably.
Do we know where on this map is the entrance?
Yes, it's in the lower southwest side.
That little
Southwest
That little
side.
gap?
You can kind of see a little gap.
Yeah.
There's a little gap. That would be the main gate of Scrapwall.
So are we like tough people wandering the wastelands that want to come to Scrapwall and see if it's worthy of our joining, or there's
So,
people worthy of
if you-
meeting up? Or
If you guys remember, we had found out the names of several of the upper officers or rulers, if you will, of the Lords of Rust. And I guess the android lady that we smoked was the priestess or the cleric of them, and they're all in an uproar because quote quote one of their number met their end, and they're all in a tizzy about it. So for good reason, right? And so they are essentially mobilizing, but I guess what they were doing is treating the inferiors in this place poorly. And I guess it sounded like they were warring amongst themselves or trying to vie for attention by increasing their power by doing outlandish things or displays of power
Mhm.
or offerings of value to the Lords of Rust in order to say, hey, look, I'm relevant. Hey, look, I'm important. And the Smilers were down towards the bottom, it sounded like. I think you captured the hierarchy.
Yeah, but I
I
think
thought
the
Yeah.
the Smilers were
You have the
second,
hierarchy.
Red Tooth's Raiders were third, and the Steelhawks were fourth.
Yeah,
Oh,
Right?
they
Steelhawks
right.
Yeah.
It was in
were-
reverse order. That's right. So the Smilers
Yeah,
were
the
second
Smilers are
again.
number 2, and we just took out a bunch of their dudes, so they
Yeah.
may
Yeah.
not be happy about that.
They might not be happy, but like the Steelhawks or Red Tooth Raiders might be happy with that because that their gang goes down, the other gangs move up.
Yeah, exactly. So if we work with Red Tooth Raiders to wipe out the rest of the Smilers, then we
Doesn't that
look
sound
good.
like rat folk? Since there was rat folk and orcs in the group that we ran into back in Torch. Red Tooth just makes me think rat. I don't know.
Yeah.
And how do we know if there's like any people that sell information on cities?
I mean, you can use knowledge local if you can get inside to actually find out what's going on.
Well, I mean, they've got to have some small bit of internal economy.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff goes on. They trade and they do things, and there are actually working places. There's temples and stores and stuff like that inside of Scrapwall.
I hear gang-ridden.
It's not just it's not just the Thunderdome. There's other things too.
There's got to be a good
Yes.
bar, you know. And
It sounded like your scrap worth was equal to your power, audacity, and cunning.
Scrapworth.
And there were also some individuals that were pretty badass that were not part of any of these gangs that are essentially left alone or rest on their own laurels. And one of which was the contact that we were looking to, like a priestess of Braai that we were gonna.
yeah, the cleric.
out to?
Yeah,
What if we went there looking for her first?
well, I mean, is that what we want to tell the people at the gate, or?
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of how we could get more information about inside a Scrapwall.
No,
if
she's
you already
definitely
have-
a good person to look up once we're in there. Yeah, I think.
So how are we going to go through the front gate? We're going to go through the front gate, or we're going to find another way in?
Well, in my professional opinion, just looking at this map and probably our little weak scouting attempt, I don't think that we could. I think we could easily go over the wall, but we couldn't do it quietly because it looks like it's a rickety pile that's waiting to careen down, and everyone and their brother will hear it if we try to sneak over.
I've not invested a lot of time into learning how to climb well either.
Do we know? Do you know is there a type of currency in Scrapwall?
Gold, blood.
Yeah, silver discs, gold.
Oh, I wasn't
silver.
sure. I wasn't sure if they
all
had
that
had their
stuff.
own type of currency. That's I guess what I was trying to get at.
No. Well, I mean, they may mint their own coins, but it's always gold and silver, and obviously silver discs spend here too.
Break a deal, you spin the wheel.
Excellent. I'll buy that for $1.
Two go in, one comes out.
All right. Well, what are
Like
any other
corn.
preparation that we want to do before we go over there?
Do
Yeah,
we want to?
I guess if we're going to go across the river, it's probably not too hard. The person that's ferrying us, did they ever come over here? Do they know anything about what that gate is, or have they tried to? Do they know of anybody that's gone in there before?
We never come to Scrapwall. No,
Okay.
They don't let us in.
Do we want to dirty ourselves up so we seem less reputable? Well, looking around the group.
No, I don't know about that. Probably be kicked
What-
around.
like
Man.
you
Hey,
go-
Hal,
Why just draw a target on our front?
What exactly did the knight say? Say that again.
He said they don't go into Scrapwall because they don't let them in.
Is there a
Let's
reason
go.
why they don't let them in?
Crusaders
They
in a lawless
don't
town.
like us.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty lawless in there, and they want to keep it that way.
Okay. I thought it was like your cue about something in the conversation that meant something else.
No, he just says they don't let them in because they're knights. They're not a big follower of Siren Ray.
So we don't want to be Knights of Siren Ray. We could just be ourselves, these rough and tumble adventurers. You know, we got the sneaky guy, the pretty lady, the fighty dude and fighty frog, and magic man.
Fighty frog.
Well, I think if we go to the gate and run into anybody but a smiler, which we'll know who they are easy because we can easily spot them. If it's anybody but a smiler, we can just fan ourselves because it's such a hot night. We can fan ourselves with all the peeled off faces from the smilers that we killed, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
And how
I've got
do you know how hostile each of the gangs are against each other?
You have no idea, Tim.
Huh?
You don't know.
Okay.
I'm betting there's a certain level of animosity because they're, you know, meatbags that don't cooperate well.
Well, they're all trying to vie for the same attention, so they're all trying to one up each other.
So we also don't know
Meatbags.
if they're fighting among themselves either. Like we don't know if there's like civil unrest and it's
Just
survival of the
gotta
fittest.
I think that's the key to our success, though. Like we almost need to incite that. Otherwise, we can't go.
I'm going to throw it out again. Oh, let me just throw it. I made an adjustment to the Twitch channel. Now, if you actually tip and shit, it actually does stuff as opposed to just not doing anything.
Ooh, awesome.
They have been upgraded. If you actually look in the bottom right corner of the map, there's a brandy glass filled with tips.
Oh. Cute.
And this is where?
See?
The snifter.
Bottom right of your map on Twitch. I actually made it do stuff. So now if we actually get cheers and tips and subscribers and stuff, we can... Hey, Tim, are you subscribed to this channel?
I don't have a Amazon account. I
You
could
don't
get
need
Becca to
be
do it.
subscribed.
I'll get Becca to do it.
Oh, yeah. You should totally get Becca to do it.
I'll do it
Becca
tomorrow.
should be watching you. You could be topless on the internet right now.
Well, I told her,
This could
but
be like
but
this could be like phone sex for you guys.
I did invite her, but she said no thanks, I'll pass.
Really? She never loved us, Tim. That's the problem. She never loved us. She doesn't want to see your happy face, Tim. That's what it is. She just wants to see, I don't know, the back of you while she's elbow deep. I don't know what you guys do, but that's what I think.
No, she misses me quite a bit. She's actually looking forward to me seeing her more.
No, but she should be watching you on here.
Anyway, so are we gonna go to the trying to move along here?
Tim would like to move the minis today.
Yeah, our characters haven't moved in like 2 weeks.
Oh, here we go. Look, it did a thing.
I sashayed. Whoop.
Look at it doing a thing. Thank you, thing. Thing tipped us some bits, and they dropped in the thing, and then little bits spin around. Thank you, thing.
Cheers.
Woo. Look, it has a thing now. It does stuff. It's not just terrible. It has little dice. If you actually subscribe, it has a little dice spin and it has your name on it and shit. It's pretty cool. Okay. So I do things when I'm working from home. See what I do in my commuting time? I'm also writing a 5th edition game right now in an actual Moleskine with a pencil, which makes me super happy. Although a lot of my books are actually in storage, which is kind of driving me crazy. But
yeah,
we were kind of stopped doing the house because we were just like, why do we want people to come around the house when they've got dirty fingers? But then we're just like, well, let's get on this fucking thing and try and get it pushed out. If somebody buys it, that's good. And if they don't, well, we'll relist it. So I have a couple of bits of the ceiling to finish and paint up, and then I think we're good to list it.
Cool.
Sweet.
And then
My neighbor's house is still
probably
and probably going to be for a while.
I mean, the market here is still going. People are still buying and viewing. So, but I mean, with a lot of people being furloughed and being laid off, what are you drinking? How many bits of fruit? Is that just like a glass of olives with a bit of Bloody Mary
looks
around
like
it?
900 sticks of asparagus or
Pickled
something.
asparagus, the jalapeno and garlic double stuffed olives, and a little bit of Bloody Mary mix and vodka left. So it's salad. Yeah.
It's salad with Bloody Mary wrapped around it.
That makes it health food.
I didn't have like fried chicken and stuff to skewer on there. So
That's funny. Fried chicken. All right, you guys going across this river?
yes.
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 Boldly.
Tim, you did it. Tim, I'm proud of you. You arrive at the gates of Scrapwall.
I shall practice my intimidating
Oh.
talk.
Just FYI, I'm pissing around with that should.
Oh, line of sight.
Oh,
You should
I
be
know
able
The
to
lighting.
dynamic lighting. Yeah, fog of war
Yeah, you
stuff.
should be able to see more than that. But hey, we'll do what we can.
Yeah, I'd
It's
like us to
day,
go at
isn't it?
night. I think going at night's probably pretty good.
Well, it looks basically like night.
Everybody but Wit sees in the dark. Well, Wit and her tiger. Sorry, Tatia.
Tatia and her tiger. Okay, the gates of Scrapwall. Welcome to Scrapwall. Welcome. Hey, Tim, you made them move their minis. Congratulations.
Yay!
Hey, I just realized I have more hit points than Nicodemus.
Hey, well done. He's only a tiger. He doesn't go up that fast.
I'm a wizard. I don't go up fast either.
Well, no, but he's an animal companion. He will eventually be left behind, probably.
Unless I awaken him.
That's true. That would help. Then it could take levels in something.
How many?
A mass of-
No, go ahead. You're explaining it.
mass-
Never mind. I'm sorry.
A mass of metal bars, wooden timbers, and strips of refuse lashed and bolted together form a crude but effective barrier here. The gate can clearly be raised and lowered, and there are 2 guards stood in front of it.
Do they look like smilers or?
Their faces are not smilerish. They're wearing kind of grey hide armor. Other than that, there are 2 gentleman guards, and they are staring at you. Their weapons are in their hands.
Do we want the talkie woman?
Mounds of scrap rise up around the walls.
So the talkie woman or the deceitful man want to handle this?
I think Tim should do it.
No, I am not. I've already done that in the last game. I'm not doing it this game.
Don't get stuck under the gate again.
I know.
Right, the
It's
gate
my,
is Tim.
it's my nemesis, the gate.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Tim's
So what do we do?
nemesis.
All right. Well, I guess we just walk on in like we own the place, right?
I think we got to get him to raise that portcullis first.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up
I
there
don't know
and
if y'all
say,
can hear me. My sound keeps going.
sound
We can
fine.
hear you.
Sound fine.
So fine.
I'll go up there and just say, hey, what's it take to get into this place? We hear there's good action along these parts. It's a scrap wall, ain't it?
Hey, what do you want? Go on, run along with you. There's nothing here for you.
How do you know? How do you know what I'm into? We heard that there was
Well, I
some
think
good
what
action
you're
in these
into,
parts, and that there were some gangs that were needing help. What are you part
Yeah,
of?
they
You
don't-
don't look like a
they
you don't look
don't
like a
want you.
smiler to me.
I'm not one, am I? So, it's what do you want? You want to play with the gangs, little boy? Is that what you want?
Little boy, huh? Well, you just keep thinking
Little
that, but
boy.
what's it take to raise this gate?
What do you want here?
Typically a man on a winch.
Well, actually, we're here to visit a couple people, but we're also here to see and seek our fortunes. Just like, why did you come here?
There ain't no fortunes here. You talking about? You come to make a name for yourself, maybe, but why would you want to come to Scrapwall?
Well, we hear that there's
Look-
action
look-
brewing here.
Look at what you're wearing. Look at that armor. That's worth more than most people in here is going to earn in 10 years.
What ribbons of black leather?
Not if they kill him and take it. Then they earn that real fast.
Yeah, I don't have my
But I'm worried-
chainmail. I don't have my chainmail sticking like bright and shiny outside. I've got stuff.
Really?
It's hidden underneath.
hide chainmail. It's pretty bulky. You look
It's
like you're
it's a
wearing
chain
armor.
shirt, actually. It's just
We lost
Frodo
Whit.
did it.
No, he wore a mithril chain shirt.
And that's what I've got.
Oh,
And no
okay.
claw,
Nice
right?
hat thing.
I got
Whit has dropped.
Uh-oh. Hopefully she can reconnect.
I'm hopeful. You send her a message.
That's weird. I see on Twitch, I see Vecna under Whitney's glyph and Tim's is
Yeah,
black.
it's because everybody moves.
Yeah, we were all
God damn
repositioned dynamically.
That's right.
Yes. So you all move.
No, Thing just put on the Silent Jim hat.
The overlay moves
Trying to
you.
exist outside
The
of time.
overlay is taking specific parts of the screen and putting it over there. So when Whit drops, Vecna moves one to the left, and Tim moves one to the left, and that means Tim vanishes and Vecna takes Whitney's place.
Gotcha.
Ooh, that's a downgrade.
Whit, you vanished? Question mark.
Can I
So-
determine anything from this gate of how this gate looks strongly from knowledge engineering or something?
What do you mean? How strong it is?
Yeah, does it look like it's, solid, really solid?
Tough.
Or
Sure, might be wrong. Whit must have totally collapsed. I think she's gone off audio too.
oh wow.
Yeah, she's not in Discord. She just
Must have been another Windows update.
No, she's in. I see her in Discord.
Yeah, I see her in Discord.
Oh, never mind. You're right. She did mention that she couldn't hear or say anything.
But how could she mention she couldn't say anything if she couldn't say anything?
Well, she did say it in Discord that she was having a hard time speaking or hearing anybody. Very briefly before she got off.
Oh, maybe her computer's collapsed. She said she'd caught an update today. She'd never catch updates. So I'm going to try and catch up with the releases of this. Are you making me a roll?
Oh, I wasn't sure if you actually wanted me to roll on that, or I thought you said
Yes,
stop.
absolutely. Like, does knowledge engineering tell me something? And I'm like, go ahead and try.
Well, that's because I don't listen, apparently.
Yeah, Whit disconnected from
Well,
Discord
that's
right
it.
now.
Does a 22 tell me anything about it?
So the gate itself looks like it's made of all kinds of bits of crap, just basically tied together. But if you actually look at it, the core of the gate looks very strong, with things just bolted on the outside to make it look stronger. So it is actually it looks like quite an effective gate. Looks like it could be winched upwards. The winches are probably located either side of the gate.
Says he got to kick your ass to get in here, or no?
I'm going to basically say it's like, well, surely there's a way into this gate because I've got, we all have business in there, and
Business,
this seems to be like the convenient way in. So what's
So what
your
you're saying
problem?
is you've got business, but you haven't told me what business or with who.
I said that I have got business with. I'm meeting somebody.
You had to say
Okay.
business without you.
Who are you meeting?
I said I'm meeting somebody, but we're also here to seek our fortunes and make a name for ourselves.
Yeah, there ain't no
Who are you?
fortunes here in Scrapwall. We aren't interested in you adventuring sorts coming in and stealing everything and leaving. We don't want that, so move along unless you're actually coming inside for something else.
I said I'm coming in to meet somebody.
Right, who
Perhaps
might
I
that
have to
be then?
speak louder.
Okay, let me write this down for you. Who would that be?
Vaya?
So who's that? I'm Bill speaking. Like, what's that person's name? I forget the.
Vaya Linelli? Something like that?
Oh, Finn, you're almost right there.
I wrote down something, but
Invia Lanalai is her name.
Yeah, I'll say that. That's Priestess Levia Lalai. She's holed up here. In fact, it would be really nice if you could tell me about where, because I want to say it was. I have a rough idea, but directions in your fine city would be very helpful.
You've never been here before. It's barely a city.
Well, I didn't want to.
Yes,
insult
she
him.
does live here, but you don't want to. You really want to talk to her? She's a strange one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Uh-huh. And what business might you have with her then?
That's kind of our business.
Is it though?
It's got to do with information from the town of
I
Torch.
have to say, I feel like this gate says that it's my business too.
True. Yeah. Well, I think that the more you know, the danger you'll be. But
Little man, just tell me what you want. What are you coming in to see her for?
We could just give him money, buy him off.
Deliver a message.
yeah, I mean, we're
Who's
here
your message from? Who's your
from
message
her from her friend, the priest of Braai and from Torch.
All right. All right. Let's say that I believe you, which you don't. I think you need to talk to the boss.
Sure.
Which boss?
My boss.
Who's your
So
boss?
I'll walk over to the other guard. Okay, boss, what do you need to know?
I'm not the boss.
Does one of them always lie?
She's in. Does one of them always lie? We're going to do Journey Quest with the gargoyle, which is totally hilarious.
I'm just not showing any fear of these guys at all. So I'm just not backing down. Just okay, well, let's whatever you want. Let's get on it.
Raise the gate. Raise the gate. Idiots coming in.
Careful, Iketsu. Iketsu.
Oh, that door.
This way. This way, if you would be so kind.
PTSD
sir,
of a porculus.
See your friend? You can come this way.
Sounds good. Are you going to escort us, or do we just walk down
No,
this
he's
road
going to
here?
escort you. I'm going to escort you when I find the right mouse to escort you. And I'm not on. Oh, fuck's sake, jeez. Nah! Too many computers. I remember when it was just a pen, and I was happy with that.
Don't. If you want to move us, you can. I don't want to overload the
He
system.
takes you inside.
Ooh. And the
Up
gate doesn't
to
drop
a
on
door.
Iketsu?
It does not drop on a Ketsu for a change.
Ooh. Things are looking up.
That's literally that's 50% now, right?
Yeah.
He takes you to a door that has a guard outside it.
Ooh, there's at least 3 of them. So what gang you guys with?
We're the Steel Orcs.
Steelhawks.
Steel Hawks.
Huh, so the Steelhawks are the ones that are at the door.
He opens the door for you and leads you into a room.
All right. I guess with the dynamic lighting, I don't see much, so I will walk in.
Go into the room.
See, these people are kind of like my wheelhouse, so I'm just pretending I'm owning the place. Showing weakness is the absolute wrong thing to do. So I am just sashaying in nothing.
Maybe. On the other end of the scale, swinging your cock around is also the wrong thing to do.
True, but I'm not being too pushy, but kind of
Right.
I can't get
knowing
in.
what I want.
Oh, she looks punchy.
Get a better shot of her. See if I can get a better shot for the OBS. Hold on, let me zip that out a little bit.
Yeah, there's 3 characters that can go in there.
What?
I was having real trouble dragging myself into the room too.
You have to go through the door.
You might not be able to go through a wall because of the way the dynamic lighting walls are.
Oh.
Yeah, dynamic lighting won't let you pass your token through a wall, Tim.
Gotcha.
And now Bulligup's in the dark in the outside, right? Oh.
I'm moving him in.
God damn, better get.
Buligup, what's going on? Buligup. Looks like we might have lost Wit, which is kind of sad. All right, then. Let me see what I can show you.
Oh, this must be that lady you're rolling punches for earlier.
Yes, maybe.
Because she's got her
I was
fists up.
definitely rolling some. I do love it when you're like watching the crap that I do when you're not supposed to be looking.
What?
Things all about looking at crap you shouldn't be seeing.
That's a matter of opinion.
Well, he also
think
said it was part of his job with the adult chat company, right? Just looking at.
Oh yeah, he is all about the adult chat. That's true.
No, I didn't get that job, so it's not my job.
Oh, that's true. But you deeply wanted it.
Yes, because I could have been a professional pervert.
That's right.
Yeah, right. What do you do for a living? I get paid to look at ladies humping themselves on television.
Hashtag life goals.
Jeez.
Okay. Sat at a table against the wall is a stocky lady with short hair.
Ooh.
She's kind of writing something. She's writing, and then she looks up as you come in.
Does she look human?
She sighs and leans back in her chair. You notice that all of her knuckles are very, very bruised and scarred.
Hmm.
What can I do for you?
Yes, we wished entry into the city, and your fine guard here said that we needed to talk to you. We're here to
Yes.
see Priestess Lorelei from with a message from her good friend, the Priest of Brigh from the city of Torch, which is where we've just come from.
So the priest of Braai hired you to deliver a message to Lanalai.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, what's her first name?
I mean, I know what it is, but not when Kiernan knows what it is, but Bill doesn't.
It's Binvaya.
I'll convey that. Yeah, Binvaya.
Dinvaya. You don't want to see her. She's a crazy one, that one.
Yeah, it's like I told your guard. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's part of why we're here too, is to he's concerned. We want to check up on her too. So, but then to be truthful, he's looking to try
She
to
looks like this.
Ooh, that's her.
Have us try to convince her to
That
come
is
back to Torch.
Lid.
Calm down, thing.
Take her off your hands.
What's that?
Yeah, take her off your hands. Yeah.
I don't know if Al heard me, but I was saying that. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, he wants us to check on her, make sure she's all right, and try to convince her, not through force, of course, because it's probably not our place, but he just wants to have us ask her to come back to Torch. He misses her and stuff, and feels that she could help out there.
So, what? You want to do what? What are you? Why would he hire you? Why hire you?
Hire us. We're his friends as well. I mean, really. We've never met Lorelei, though.
Huh.
And we're capable.
So you're followers of Braai, then?
Well, followers? No, no, we're not followers of Braai. We just
You don't
have
look
a
like-
lot of good close interactions with the priest. He's helped us out in a couple of pinches. Hey, surely you're a woman who's smart enough to know that just because someone doesn't agree with everything that you do, you don't exactly bite the hand that helps you out, right? He's gotten
we
us
paid you.
healed up in a couple of pinches, and have been
so
able to
it's
cast spells
fake.
for us at times, and so we wanted to help him do a solid as well. So why not keep up the relationship? Am I right?
I suppose. Sit down. You, points at the guard and tells him to leave. Go on. Go back to the gate. I've got this.
I have a seat.
How many chairs are there?
There's 3 chairs. The guard leaves back to the gate. Yep.
Oh.
Hello. Sounded like it might have been Wit.
Might have been.
Hi.
Is that Wit?
Hey,
Hey, Wit.
Yay! Let me
Welcome
see
back.
if I can keep this going.
Is this your phone or is this your computer?
Computer.
Woo!
Everyone I know
You're like a
updates
baby.
their box half as often as and has a tenth of the problems you do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's all the torrent streams of pirated stuff
That's right.
your son
Oh
downloads
my
on that laptop.
goodness.
All the pornography
All the
Isaac's down.
porn.
Everyone
Yes, I
always
wanna
blames
be
porn.
Asian singles in this area.
Goodness gracious, y'all.
No, that's
Y'all.
so Texas. You're
I'm
so
from
Texan.
Houston.
So
You are the
Houston.
one that came to my city,
The planet Houston?
That's true.
right? Okay. Let's see. Man, my computer just hates life right now.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
It's maybe 8 feet. Maybe 8 feet. The whole building's made up of pieces of scrap metal and wood, and
Holy crap! I'm almost touching the
Tile.
damn ceiling.
you are. You're pretty big,
That's right,
Tim.
you're a tall one.
Big boy. You're a big boy, Tim.
A big
Oh,
boy.
what rippling muscles.
No, I'm actually
that
like really
giant-
tall and like huge ass hands. It's kind of. You ever seen Wreck-It Ralph?
It's all like misshapen and weird looking.
Yes, it's
You
adorable.
have tentacle dropping out.
Wreck-It Ralph is much whiter than you are.
No, but I'm just talking about the hand size. They're just
Right.
really much bigger than normal for some reason.
I hate my
So-
computer. It's just like, fuck all.
You've got this, Wit.
Yeah. Well, the thing, I've got this. My computer doesn't. So what do we want to do?
Keep
You're
trying.
currently on
Keep
audio,
trying.
which is better than nothing, and they're currently just talking, so it's not too terrible.
Yes, we're talking with Severon Slade of the Steelhawk.
Yes, you're talking with Severoth Slade, who is a lady in charge of the gang that looks after the gate at Scrapwall.
Cool.
So Bill's digging himself a hole, and we were just about to talk about that hole.
Sweet.
And she might be able
Hey,
to.
it's not me this time.
Not yet. So I was thinking, look, let's say, let's just say the Steelhawks used to be in charge here.
Before the Lords of Rust?
Yes, before the Lords of Rust arrived and murdered our leader and installed that bird food as our new commander.
Bird food.
It's not the same anymore.
Hmm.
It's just, hey, wait.
How long ago was that?
I
Wasn't
made
that
it.
long.
I'm back. Hopefully
Woo! A year or so, maybe?
permanently this time.
Ooh, hopefully. Think stable thoughts.
Ooh.
I mean, we're
So
no
the
match at
Steelhawks
them.
used to be in charge, but what about the Red Tooth Raiders and the Smilers? I thought my understanding is that the pecking order was they were closer to the Lords of Rust. Sounds like Steelhawks might have
You're not
fallen
listening.
on hard times.
Say, some kind of problem. He just seems to have a difficulty following a train here. We were in charge until the Lords of Rust arrived. And then they killed our commander and a bunch of us in a fight, and now we're no longer in charge. Now we look after the gate and a few other things. And he's put a Smiler in charge of us, which is awful.
Yeah, those guys suck.
Yes, they do. They're terrible.
You don't seem very happy.
No, we're not very happy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't really like the Smilers too much either.
That's why we killed a couple of them.
Did you now? That sounds like something I could get behind. Why don't we? Let's just say that if bird food was to meet with a terrible incident that prevented him from ever bothering us again, that I could potentially take over my gang properly again and actually do something here.
Can you tell us a
And if
bit
you
about
were to be around at the time when he
You
met,
have my attention, my friend.
Yeah, and someone from the outside wouldn't necessarily,
if you happened
point
to
any
be
fingers
there
towards
when-
any other gang.
if you happened to be there when he met such an incident, perhaps I could help you in the future.
So would this happen at, say, a particular place and time?
As soon as possible, I would expect. He's generally holed up in our old gang headquarters, Hawk Palace.
Can you sketch us a map?
It's just to the north of here. Just to the north. It's just to the north across the square.
Perfect.
I mean,
Anything
in
else
all-
we should know?
Like, who else does, surely someone who's, quote, in charge that's been placed against your will is going to have some other loyal lieutenants that we're going to have to watch out for, dispose of first, or,
He
what do you
has-
know
he
about
has some
their,
orcs.
what do you know about Birdman's habits? Like,
Bird food.
bird food.
Is he a human? Is he a axe guy? Is he a...
He's a smiler. He's one that likes to roam the wilderness. He has a bunch of birds, hence his name. He has a bunch of orcs as well that do his bidding.
Orcs?
But you'll pass by where he's going to be on the way to see your friend Dinvaya. The Clockwork Chapel is just north of where the Hawk Palace is. She's quite crazy, though. She lives up in a dead-end gorge just north of here. She's not kind to visitors. Be wary.
So we have to go see her, but she hates us.
Well, she doesn't
hate
like
us yet.
visitors, but
Doesn't
she
met
doesn't know
us
where.
yet, but
Yeah.
They told the guards that they were here to deliver a message to the Cleric of Brigh that lives here, but they've never met the Cleric of Brigh here. You only know because the old Cleric of Brigh in Torch told you that he knew one that was here.
So that was the angle that we used to get in, essentially.
Okay.
and now it'd be something horrible. It'd be very unfortunate if we ran across this bird food and he happened to fall down on axes and things on the way to the...
Do we know if bird food disappears, would some people be very upset?
People disappear all the time, my giant, terrible-looking friend.
Okay, so it happens all the time. Okay.
He could meet
Yeah,
with
but
a terrible
that leader
incident.
was put in place by the Lords of Rust. So what's to stop them from doing it again? You're essentially going to be in position to reassert your leadership.
If they
So what
didn't
signal-
want me taking control back, they would have murdered me. They
Right.
must expect it. It's just how it works.
Well, if they
Yep.
replace bird food, we deal with that when it happens, right?
Bird food.
So do
What's
we
the-
want to go in there at night or during the day?
Night.
Go like at the evening?
You just
It's my
like the night.
preference.
Well, I mean, you're
It's
at the
how
gates
I
now.
work.
I mean, you could always just go to the Temple of Braai.
And see if we run across bird food on the way.
Well, you could scout
Well,
out while moving.
it's like we don't want to exactly go there and kick in the door. We want to scout and reconnoiter and do this smart. Make sure that
Mhm.
there's nothing to implicate anybody, friends or otherwise, as I nod to Sephiroth.
I don't care being implicated. You could carve my name in his forehead for all I care.
How do you spell that?
Got a pretty
Any
big forehead.
any message you want us to convey to him before the end?
No, not at all. I mean, these things happen. He's risen to power. This is what happens when you rise to power.
Anything like suck my dick?
I mean, if you want to, I have no problem with that. But ultimately, I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying that should something happen to him, I would be grateful to those whom were in the immediate vicinity.
You'd be surprised the number of people we ran across that we had to do violence upon until they stopped.
Right, and I understand that, my friend. It's one of those things that happens here often. But there's a certain kind of stability that was here that is no longer here anymore, and I would like a return to some of that. The Lords of Rust, while powerful, very powerful indeed, are destabilizing, and it's causing problems.
So they would... Yes.
Okay, well, we thank you for your information, and we'll be sure to pay some others visits while we're checking in on our friend.
Okay,
Thank you so
that
much,
sounds
Andrew.
good.
We appreciate your very vigilant discharge of your duties guarding the wall. We thank you. Is there anything else, or are we free to go?
Should something happen to bird food, we should have a conversation. I can help you out in certain ways. But
Come back here
until
then.
be careful. The area immediately behind the gate is our territory. You should be fine getting to the Temple of Braai, and you'll walk past Hawk Palace on the way. But beyond that, there is danger here. Be careful.
So I just need to put a kick me sign on the back of Iketsu's armor as we walk past Hawk Palace to draw his
That's
ire.
right. Kick me.
So don't go past the Hawk Palace.
Well, we got to go.
Where
past
should
Hawk
we?
Palace.
We'll leave a message here to meet you at a different place. Where would you like to meet? Because surely you don't want us to come here in case we're spotted doing the
This
deed.
is our territory now. Here in Hawk Palace. Between the gates and Hawk Palace is our territory.
Is there a
But
good
where would
tavern
you?
in there?
Where do you want us? How do you want us to contact you after
I'll be
the
here.
event happens? Well, I just didn't know if you
I'll
wanted
be here.
to have us lead anybody here to you by accident. So, all right, fair enough.
No, like I said, I have no problems with people knowing what happened. It's just how it is.
It's not
I
the
like it.
subtlest of places.
It's
Then
pretty
we
direct.
should accept that it's this way, or else we're going to draw some very strange attention to ourselves. So I'm going to nudge my friend Kiernan over here real quick and hope he hears me whispering that to him from the side of my mouth so we can get moving.
Yeah, let's go. That's
Right
why I was asking if there's anything
along.
else, but we're gone.
All
Get
right.
up.
Sounds
You
good.
continue
let's go.
north.
I
You
assume
continue
north is
north.
up because there's no like
Yes,
compass.
north is up. North is certainly up.
Roger,
You
Roger.
head north and slightly to the east around a huge pile of scrap. There is a large entrance directly over. There's a big square. It's maybe 1,000 feet across, maybe more. And on the opposite side of it, there's a large entrance that looks like a big building that you assume must be Hawk Palace. You bear slightly to the east and around Hawk Palace, and you see a gorge running to the west. You head up that, and you see ahead of you a symbol of Braai embedded into the scrap above a door.
Ooh, that's flash.
You going
Right,
there?
What do you
Is
guys
there anybody
think?
standing outside the? Well, I mean, I don't know nothing about this priestess we're gonna go see.
No, nothing.
I'll get my symbol of Braai out from my tunic,
Just in case.
Well, I mean, I think we want to go see her first, right? So let's go up there and.
Okay. So, walking past Hawk Palace, you see it's a large structure, but ramshackle, made of wood and bits of scrap metal, like everything else here. Just think Fallout, and you'll be fine.
I'll make sure to point at it. It's like, that must be Hawk Palace.
Hawk Palace. Meatbags. This is Hawk Palace.
How big is Hawk Palace as we walk by?
I was going to say, as we walk by, let's just we can see as we go by.
Palace is almost a joke term. It's
the Hawk place.
It's like whenever you walk past the Grand Casino and it's a casino on the side of a gas station, that kind of thing.
Right. It's multiple stories. There's stairs going up, and they turn, and there seems to be multiple rooms and buildings and like defensible crenellations almost around the top. It looks like it would
stories.
Be assaulted.
You see guards posted?
Like is upstairs. There's nothing on the ground floor. Everything is off the floor and up into the scrap.
Is there any? Is the crenellations? Are there guards on a? Are there guards on a wall or something? Or
make me some perception checks as you walk by.
Oh dear.
All righty.
I'm excited.
Hold on.
As long as my computer doesn't fuck up again.
Boom! Got this, Wit. Hey!
How do you spell perception? I can't find it on my sheet.
You need to drag some of those things onto your macro bar.
Yeah, we need to show Wit how to use a macro bar. Initiative, perception, common hits. So 21 was the biggest one I see?
Yep.
22. Oh no, yeah, it is 21. No, that was for knowledge engineering.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Kiernan kind of glances out of the corner of his eye as he walks and catches a couple of orcs standing up behind the crenellations. They look
armed with bows.
They're pretty well armored.
They don't
Can't
have
really
that.
tell.
They don't have that claw symbol on them, though. That the orcs at the or that must have been Lord of Rust's claw symbol thing.
Probably.
You know what we should have asked? We should have asked her about, is there like any special entrances to the palace? The Hawk Palace.
Oh, the back door?
Yeah, basically. Like, is there like a secret path? Is there another way to get in without going through the front door? But what we'll do is, I want to go, after we talk to this priest, I want to go back to that lady and ask her if there's, what are the ways of getting inside?
Going back to the lady.
Yeah, we can do that and also scout around it. See what But when I spot those, well, it's the moment at hand though is that we spot these orcs. You said they're well armored. Do they have range weapons? Like they basically have crossbows or something?
Armed. They have javelins.
Okay.
If you're looking for ranged weapons.
And we could go in, or we could get him to come out.
Yeah, it sounds like the normal process here is that they expect this kind of treachery, so it's not like we're going to be able to trick them. Or we either have to find out what makes this person tick to draw them out, or just go in under the cloud of darkness and stab them to sleep.
He's a smiler or a former smiler, so he can't be that smart. I mean, he's a meatbag that carved himself up, right?
I feel a nickname coming along.
Meatbag.
All right, so we make it to the priest little hut. Is there? So we only see those two orcs. Do we see anybody else? Or does Ken see anybody?
You suspect there's probably more, but that you only see the two over the crenellations. It does look like quite a defensible place. The only way really into it is up the stairs onto the first level. So, would you like to go to see the priest of Braai?
Yeah, I think that's our first step, unless anybody disagrees.
Nope. I mean, my
In that case,
character.
I'm moving you back.
Go there and-
Don't know anything about this place.
I'm always
Would you
up for an
Max?
adventure. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
What is the name of the priest of Braai? I forget.
Dinvaya Linalai, I think it. Lanalay, excuse me.
No, I'm sorry. I meant the one in Torch.
Now you're gonna make me look.
That was oh shoot.
Guy whose name always escapes me. Sounds like Wits found someone to play with.
Indeed.
I'm talking to my fat cat. He's a very fat cat.
Let's see. Conir,
Evans. Joram Kite was his name.
All right.
Joram Kite was his name.
I'm just putting notes into our party notes thing, so I don't...
Do we have anybody in this party met this lady?
Yeah,
no.
we haven't met this lady, no, but we've met the priest and Torch a lot.
Okay.
You know him pretty well.
He helped us breathe underwater.
Yeah,
And helped Bill not dissolve into a puddle of goo.
that's right. Not a puddle of goo. Good thing.
I don't know. It wasn't
That
that
was
much
highly
of a-
recommended to not be a
You
puddle of
get to
goo.
this point.
So yeah, we'll knock on the door 3
You
times.
come up a narrow gorge formed by scrap on both sides. At this point, the tumultuous sound of metal grinding on metal issues forth from a constantly churning, grinding wall of gears that blocks off the western portion of this narrow valley. Only 2 large gears remain motionless, situated at ground level in the center of the wall, where one might expect to see a pair of doors.
Sounds like she left the brake on or something.
Or there's some engineering way to figure out how to have these gears turn the door gears so the doors open.
Or they just look like gears and they push open like doors. But you're a doorman.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's no reason to think that I'm not going to just pick a lock or try to open a door without being cordial. I'm going to, rap and knock.
Can I roll
Hello?
knowledge
Priest-
engineering to tell me more about it?
Yeah, you can. You make a roll, Tim. You knock. You know that's not good. The whole wall is making a noise. This wall is 30 feet, 40 feet long, and it's all gears just making constant noise.
I would also like
Oh,
knowledge
okay.
engineering.
Oh nope, I don't know shit. I'm like, looks like gears.
Right? That sounds like you, Tim.
Where did my character sheet go?
Over there.
I have +5 in that too.
You have 5 in knowledge engineering. That's good.
Ooh.
Hey, you want to teach him something?
Let's see if I can figure out anything.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. Womp womp.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
Oh, 18. Yeah, I rolled a 1. Never mind.
It said only an 18. He rolled a 1.
Holy crap! +17. Holy shit!
Magic and engineering's my bag.
That's why you have him on the team. Engineering and magic is what he
Holy
does.
crap!
So the double doors are immense gears. You think you can possibly the whole wall seems to really do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just seems to be designed to whirl around and make a lot of noise.
Can I
That's-
use disable device to try to reroute the gears to open these doors? Like they could spin out of the way or something?
You can try. Make me a roll.
Stick your hand between those two gears. See what happens.
Exactly. 29.
29. So you look at the wall and you're figuring it out, and you look at how the gears turn this way and that way, and this gear goes there, and that one must connect to the. And you realize after a couple of minutes that nothing connects to this door. None of these gears have anything to do with this door.
Does the door push or pull?
It doesn't seem to. It must have a latch somewhere else. There's got to be like maybe a hidden switch or something.
Oh, time to trace the wires.
Maybe you should look for
I was
it.
going to say the disabled device wouldn't tell me that, or can I do something
No,
different?
it tells you that the wall has nothing to do with the doors.
Gotcha.
Disabling the doors
So you need to.
is going to
pick the
require you to find the switch to open the doors. Perception checks is what I need.
All righty.
Perceive
24.
for me. That's a good perception check.
I'm gonna say, hey, I found a door.
Oh, good God, Tatia, seriously, an 8?
She's watching the spinning gears.
You're like, look, it's going.
They're
clockwise.
They're getting hypnotized by the gears. I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah, no
Come on,
kidding.
Kiernan, show us how it's
God.
done.
Chew it back, Tatia. Chew it back.
That's bad.
Did Bill good?
I got an 8. What did I get? I got an 18.
And I got a 24.
24 is fine. Especially with your engineering. You look around for a minute and you find behind a kind of fake gear hub, there's a switch.
Flip the switch.
Flip the switch and the doors grind open with a lot of noise.
I guess we don't have to be stealthy, which is good because I suck at that.
Hang on, I need to remove the doors. Hold on. Good old dynamic lighting. Here we go.
Bam.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is it lit inside or dark?
It is. There's lighting inside. It's coming from a variety of technical devices, burning torches, just a ramshackle pile of light stuff.
I am going to check for traps. I don't want to get disintegrated or whatever the hell is going to happen through those doors. Is that a perception roll or? I think
would
it
be
is.
Perception.
I get a +2 to this.
It's a moving you up so your computer doesn't crash.
12. That's so good. You know what? I think this is important. I'm going to use my racial ability to roll that again. I get to do that once a day.
A terrible paranoia.
I should be in the back, but this is also intensely interesting, so I guess I'm pretty good in the middle.
I'm gonna
It's
do
intensely
that
interesting.
again. And I roll the same thing. Son of a gun.
Fate.
Really?
It's not trapped.
I'm pretty convinced. I will.
So inside the door, there is a large atrium. 3 stone steps lead up to another pair of doors shaped like gears. These doors appear to have large handles attached to them.
And jumper cables attached to those handles.
Can we like
Right
call out her
on the
name, see if
outside.
she answers first before we go and ransacking her house?
The wall that you just passed through is making a huge noise.
Okay.
You honestly
Probably
wouldn't hear
He's
you.
probably half deaf from living here and hammering on inventions.
Pardon?
Braai is a tinkerer god.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Okay. Good to know.
Clockworky.
So there's only like a bunch of crap and garbage, not garbage, but like gears and whatnot. And there's just 2 doors.
So this wall here, this whole wall is a huge wall, just rotating gears, the whole thing,
It's steampunk.
except for the door you walk through.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Isn't it though?
So
And ahead of you, there is a set of doors that look like gears, but they have handles on them.
Very on theme.
I'm going to step up to them and check for traps before really touching them or
Perception
doing
check
anything.
it is.
You are suspicious.
I am, because Tinkerer God, there's going to be like clockwork automatons. 24 if it's trap for certain for traps.
Well, we're
so
going to have to
24.
fight the clockwork golem, of course, before we get granted audience. That's just how you prove your worth.
You don't think it's trapped.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Totally jinxed it.
Oh, come on. I never say things casually in a game that turn out to be true.
No, never.
Never.
It's not trapped. You don't think it's trapped.
All right. So does it seem to be locked, or is there a way, like a similar latch? You said there's handles. So
There are handles.
Well, we already passed the smart's entrance to get through the front door, so these doors are probably less worrisome.
yeah, I'm just thinking Jabba's palace here. I still think that I should try to at least knock on the door so as to not be rude. Klung klung klung.
Besides, you got electricity resistance.
It would be rude to not knock on the door, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and if I don't, give it a round or two, if there's no answer, then I'll try the handles.
There's no answer. You know that the noise from the wall, she probably couldn't hear you.
Sure, it's just when metal can transfer sound pretty good sometimes. So that's my thought. Anyway, all right. So I will try the handle.
I'm going to look around just to see if there's a closed circuit camera or something. Oh, I do not see anything.
No, you don't. You try the handle. As you pull the handle, it slides effortlessly outwards.
Sweet.
Opening the door for you.
Do the front doors close behind us, or should we close them? Is there a switch or something?
They don't close behind you. The whole thing is now open. This door's open into a gear-shaped chamber.
Ooh.
It is a gear-shaped room. In 4 of the teeth of the gears, I guess, there are 4 artfully crafted statues of Braai, built from junk and rubble and pieces of metal and bits of glass and all kinds of things. Each depicts the goddess in an act of creating a different clockwork creature. One is creating a giant spider, one is creating a clockwork boar, one a clockwork lion, and one a clockwork wyvern.
Ooh.
There is a gear-shaped central altar, sits in the middle of the room, and 3 regular normal doors exit the room, one to the north, one to the west, and one to the southwest.
Do these statues look like functional clockwork or statue of clockwork?
Make me a roll on knowledge clockwork.
That's not a skill.
Actually, it is a skill.
Oh. I do not have that then. I've got...
You can make me engineering at a negative.
Okay. I also have craft mechanical, but...
Oh, that's good too. Any of that will work.
But my engineering is a little more specialized. 22.
It's difficult to tell from here. I mean, they look like clockwork creations, but I mean, they could just be statues.
So I want to step in.
Detect
Go
magic,
ahead.
would that help?
Oh,
Detect
Tim
magic?
doesn't seem
Well,
to
I
be
thought
generating
Kit
light.
checked for traps and whatnot.
Well, yeah, on the door, and I opened the door. There was no traps there. So
You're stepping into the room and checking for traps.
There's no traps on the door. There could be the whole floor could be an entire pit trap.
The floor is lava.
Literal lava.
I'm gonna grab a stick out of my backpack and start poking around on the ground.
Good. It's like the old Rollmaster book. So Rollmaster did a book called And a 10-Foot Pole, which was hilarious.
I've always been disappointed that you can't do the floor is lava with suggestion spell.
The floor is lava. Oh my goodness! So jump on the nearest.
So
chair.
does anybody want to cast detect magic? See if there's anything in there before I walk inside.
I can do that.
Yeah, before or after,
Before would be great.
All right, detect magic.
Okay, you cast detect magic. You don't think there's anything magical in there? Not that you can detect from where you are, way back there.
All right.
I walk into the door. Walk inside.
Okay. You walk inside. So you're in a room that looks like it's made it's in the shape of a gear. What? Oh, you are seeing. There are 3 doors and 4 statues, which you can see, which is great. Yeah, great things are working. Isn't that nice? What do we think of the lightings? That a pain in the ass, or would you prefer to see the whole map?
It's a little bit of a pain, but it's not bad.
Well, this is
I
kind of
mean,
neat.
I like to hide the map from you. I could do it with like overlays, so I could just delete sections of the
No,
map.
no, no. This is fine. I think
This is cool
actually-
because it's exactly how we see it.
Tyler. Uh-oh. Turn order came up.
Boom! There's a turn order.
So,
oh no!
with all the noise of grinding gears, is there any like hammering, like somebody's actually crafting type noise mixed in
Make
there?
a perception check, and while you're at it, make me an initiative.
Remember, select your token first. 24 on perception.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, Tim, remember to click on your token before you click initiative.
Click on my token.
Yes, select your token on the map, and then click your initiative on your character sheet.
I am 10
and
past.
it'll add your token to the character or the turn order.
Initiative is under.
It's
Dex.
kind of in the middle of your sheet near hit points.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tim.
God,
Somebody's
I'm like.
lower than me. Ooh.
Going last in the round's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
No, it's not terrible. Not necessarily.
Oh, what is that?
What is that?
Oh, whoops. I didn't select my token first.
Junk golem. Ooh.
Yeah,
There we
Tatia
go.
got a 21.
I rolled
I
a
can add
21,
you,
but
it's
I
okay.
didn't select my token. Sorry.
I gotcha. Tatia, add. I can add tokens. We're good. I made a magic. 21. There we go. Life's a good one. Is that everybody? Oh, Buligup. Buligup.
Ho ho! Pitch in the bush. What? Pitch in the bush.
Luckily, if we destroy this thing, she won't be upset. It just gives her a chance to build it again. So that's totally fun for her. I'm sure.
Yeah, totally.
Buligup gets a 9. That's a big one for our boy Buligup.
Team green.
He's tied with
He's
the.
mean and green. Descending order. All right, Tatia. So, as Ikedzu walks into the room, he hears the sounds of one of the statues to the south. It begins to kind of move and grind and head towards him.
The initiative
So
tracker
you hear
vanished
that,
for me.
Tatia?
Oh, what happened to the initiative tracker?
Yeah, it went away on me.
Tracker gone? Oh, that's annoying. Hang on.
There
How's
it
that?
is.
There
There
it
it
is,
is.
Yep, moved over to the right.
Go. Okay. Tatia, what you doing?
Is
Guess
it
The rest of us should get in the room soon.
so? When I walk in, when I see something moving towards me, is it one of the statues?
Yes, the one
Which one?
to the south. This one.
What is the statue? What does it look like?
It looks like a mechanical version of Braai, who is a elegant female made of clockwork pieces and parts of metal, and it's like a representation of a deity. And this was the one that was making the mechanical wyvern, and it carefully puts the statue down and begins to head towards you.
Quick,
Ooh.
say the safe word. Say the safe word.
No, Daddy, no.
Pineapple.
Blue dolphin. Blue dolphin.
All right, Witch, what you doing? You're first.
Okay.
It falls asleep. Okay, who's next?
Nicodemus.
No.
Be a robot in here.
Well, it seems like I'm a little far back to participate in any action. Does it sound like I hear the commotion going on so that I would know to run towards the room?
Oh, Iketsu walks in and you hear the sounds of grinding gears, and unless Iketsu tells you something, you're not going to know what's going on.
Okay. Well, we're all walking around in here, so I'm going to move forward and come up Is this where Kiernan wants to be? Do I need to walk?
You're not Kiernan at all. Looks like he's talking, but
Sorry, I had myself on mute. I said, yeah, that's where I was standing. I just happened to be standing there when the action started. So you can go through me, and you can go around me. It's a double door. So whatever you want, you go first.
Okay. All right.
And Nicodemus goes at the same time as you, so you could have him move first. You could go first, and then him. Up to you, right?
Okay. So I'm gonna move up behind you and ask you if you see anything.
Oh yeah, I see this happening, right, Hal? I got line of sight to it.
Yeah, you're good. Yes, you do. As soon as you get there, you see the robot starting to move.
It's starting to walk off the plinth and is like walking towards them.
robot.
I don't know if we can tell if it has hostile intent or not, but
It's just, well, it's a robot. It doesn't have any intent.
Okay. And so then I'm going to push on past you and say, all right. Where that is Iketsu. And where's the one that's coming near him? Is that one down on the south side?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Cool.
This.
All right. So then I'm gonna come
Yes,
in.
south side.
Where do you want me to start counting my steps from?
From where you started, which was like here, yes?
I think it was back here.
Okay, so that's where you were.
All right, 1.
So you're 1, 2, so you're 15 feet to here.
15.
20.
What is that? 20?
That's 20.
2 more squares.
20. 25. And I'm just going to stay here. And Nicodemus is going to go right there. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Sounds grand. No spells or anything going off?
Night.
What have you got? What could be a good spell for a fight?
Sure.
I don't even know what spells you have anymore.
Water golem type thing.
What else you have?
I have
1 second.
spiritual weapon, dust of twilight, summon
All those
monster, but I couldn't use that right now.
Ages. Dust of Twilight's a weird spell, right?
Yeah.
What you got, Wade? Not a lot against robots.
I
Not a
could
lot
use
against
my
robots.
moonbeam.
You could, but it's a robot.
Is it a robot or a golem?
Right?
I guess I can try and figure that out when I get in to get a look at it.
Yup.
It is a robot.
I think I geared up my spells for fighting meat bags.
Meat bags. What's the plan, Wit? You done, or are you doing something?
I thought I could. Can I use moonbeam on something that's mechanical? Will it do anything?
What does it say?
Huh?
What does it say? Let's look. Pathfinder.
If you had like a lightning spell, that'd be great.
Lightning? Wouldn't that be good?
Touch attack creature, 1d6 points of damage, +1 for every 2 oracle levels. So, yeah, just gets a fortitude.
Yep, it'll do damage. It may not blind him, but it'll do damage.
Okay, well then I'll use that so I can do a ranged attack.
Do it. You got to make a ranged attack against him.
Sweet.
Right? Is it ranged touch or? Oh, it'll tell us when you roll it.
$30 feet.
Touch. Range versus touch. 10.
Ouch.
That's terrible. And its touch is... Survey says... Oh, you strike it squarely with thy moonbeam. Doing 5 points of damage.
Yay!
That's good damage right there. 5 damage. And I guess technically, what immunities does it have? I guess it doesn't have any. Oh, this is a save, right?
Yeah. Fortitude save
very
for
nice.
blindness.
Very good. No save for blindness. You hit it and it kind of staggers a little as it continues to move forward as your moonbeam shines on it, doing terrible moon damage. Kiernan, you're up.
Does it look like it's blinded, or?
No, it does not. Not that you would know it's a robot. It's still moving forward, shall we say. Maybe it has other senses other than eyes.
Sure. Where does it look like to? Towards Iketsu, I take it, right? Can
It's heading
I do
towards
some
Iketsu,
kind of
yes.
judge intentions, or do I have an idea of that square
You
or
can't.
that
It's
square?
a robot. There's no way to judge intentions.
All right, so I'm gonna draw my weapons and I'm gonna station here and ready an attack for when he gets close enough. I'm gonna stabby.
So you're moving in, and when it gets near, you're going to stab him.
Yep.
Okay. Alexander, what you doing?
Well, I will start off with casting Mage Armor on myself because I forgot to declare that when we came into
That's a solid choice.
thing, and then I will move up here and see if I can identify if that's a robot or a golem or anything about what it might be, vulnerable
Give me a
to.
roll that would identify robots or golems.
Would that be one of the knowledge skills? Would engineering work for this? Or?
Normally it's Arcana if you're trying to figure out golems, but
Yeah. So.
But it would be engineering to figure out robots, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I'll start off engineering because I'm better at that. 26.
You don't think this thing's a robot. I mean, it looks kind of like one, but you don't think it is one.
Can I attempt knowledge arcana, or do I have to wait for another?
Oh, I'll let you roll it, because I'm nice, because you were kind of combining the two, and it's your brain, and it's a clever thing.
Yes. Very clever. 21.
It's a golem.
Not a robot,
It's clearly,
can we speak?
rather than the pieces, it's clear
What'd you
that
say,
rather than the pieces being, it's clear that rather than the pieces being used to actually animate and mechanically move the creature, they are just part of something that's held together by magic.
So they're kind of like just a conglomerate of pieces making up a human-like figure, maybe, or some type of
Basically, it's
figure
like
of a being, like a dwarven little monster.
but it's animated by magic rather than technology.
Correct. It's not technical. It doesn't move because it's mechanically able to move. It moves because magic allows it to move.
Yeah, so like if it's moving towards us or Aketsu or whatever, I'm just gonna speak out on my turn, like aloud to it and the room as loud as I can, so I'm heard. It's like, Priestess Lanelai, we're here from the Priest of Brigh and Torch, Joram Kite, with a message. We need you no
Very
harm.
good.
We're friends.
Very good. Okay, Alexander, anything else?
Nope. I'll get out my wand of magic missile just in case. But
I mean, you know that golems are somewhat immune to magic. You know that they have certain resistances depending on what type of golem they are. You know that they are reasonably tough.
all right, usually I have DR or
Fights.
something.
Yeah, they have all kinds of exciting things. Buligup. I will take you down, dusty robot! Buligup charges in.
Get on
He charges
Buligup!
through the party and ends up next to Iketsu. He swings his glaive in an arc of shining bladeness. And let's see how he does. That's a 30 to hit. Doing 17 slashing damage. Take this, evil robot! That's pretty great,
I need to get some DR off this, but
Oh, I need to draw a picture of this adorable frog.
actually.
Just a giant sword and this little puny frog.
There we go. There it is. What did we do? 17. That's good damage, Buligup. That's good damage, sir.
It's magic now too, so.
Right? It's magic damage. It's good damage, though. 17 is solid.
yeah.
Good job,
Okay.
Froggy Man.
He takes a good chunk out of it with his glaive, and a piece of it falls to the ground.
It's green, so that's what, a max damage one?
Right. One of his dice was maximized, I think that means.
Yeah.
I don't know what he rolls for damage anymore. It's a disgusting amount.
Team meatbag.
The
How's the
golem
ceiling
takes a
space
step
in here?
directly forward. So it takes a 5 foot, I guess. And it goes to attack. It has a bunch of options. Oh, it does have options. That's good. Oh, it's not very good, though. It's not very good. That's pretty terrible. Oof. Tim and both on Tim. Sorry, Tim. Not sorry, Tim. Okay, here
What
we
is
go. This is it raises both its fists and it slams them down towards you. A 25 and a 26 to hit.
Yes, they will hit me.
So that's a 9 damage and 5 damage. So that's a total of 14 damage. And if you'd be so kind as to make me 2 fortitude saves, please.
Are you up to date on your tetanus shots?
So that would be all right.
Oh, ouch. You made one.
8 for fortitude.
A natural one, it looks like.
He's a junk golem, so he's waving his junk in your face, and you have to.
That's right. That's right. When we said
How
junk golem, we
rude.
didn't mean made of scrap. We just made of dildos.
This door cannot be opened.
Which he has to make a save versus right as well. Hello.
Oh my god! Well, maybe not. Maybe he means to make a save versus charm.
Yeah, maybe. Swinging.
20 points of horny damage.
Get that save with advantage with saying the safe word.
So is that the slam for stun stuff, or?
It's not stun. It's just slam. It's just a slam damage. That's all it is.
14 points.
Yeah, it's just slam. Nothing terrible. Just as a bunch of damage, bludgeoning, and it's good to go.
And a fortitude save.
And 2 fortitude saves. Yes, 1 for each slam.
Ouch. One of which.
Oh,
Now it would be Iketsu's turn.
Batter up.
Iketsu, what's going on?
I am going
What's it do,
to.
Tim?
Oh, I get to actually hit something.
Oh,
No, you get to actually attack
attempt.
something. We haven't hit
that
yet.
remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't attacked anything. So I am going to do a furious focus.
Okay, I assume that anyway. You're doing a power attack then?
Yeah, but it allows me to not suffer power attack's
Correct.
penalty.
Yeah.
It's built into your power attack roll.
Yep.
What did you do?
He clicked
No,
on Furious
just roll
Focus.
your power attack.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All the
your
math is
furious focus
figured
is
in.
built into your power attack.
It's on your
No,
weapon.
just roll-
Sorry.
Send it
On your
melee.
weapon, you have a weapon that has power attack already built in. That one.
Okay.
25 to hit, doing 26 damage.
Woohoo.
That's pretty. Oh, and that's like he rolled a 1 in that damage too. Wow.
Oh yeah. Hold on. While I'm swinging at it,
Yes.
More wing.
your death, a blue I could not drink away. In my I'm saying that as I'm swinging my axe.
Oh, he's doing haiku while he's killing people. That's good. I like that.
Nice.
Okay, so you strike him squarely, doing 26 damage. Shit, that's a lot of damage.
And it
26.
explodes.
Actually, it teeters, but does not fall.
What does? I'm sorry, Hal, you broke up.
He teetered.
It teeters, but does not yet fall.
So it doesn't appear as if that really phased it?
No, it phased it a lot. There's a huge chunk missing out of
Just
it.
not
Still-
enough
it's
chunks
still-
for it to teeter all the way over.
It is still moving.
So-
It is not happy. It's kind of ticking, and parts of it aren't working right, but it's still going.
Damn you, Hans! Leave him alone. Let him get out of there. Hit it again.
It's still going. Still going.
The beatings will
Thank you.
continue.
All right.
Tatia, it's you again.
Sweet.
That was a solid hit, though.
All right.
Yes.
So then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. 5, 6. It counts as 2 when you do a second diagonal.
Yes, technically. But she's got enough to get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Tiger's fast.
And
Tiger is fast. 40 feet, I think.
What was the last thing you said, Hal?
I said, yes, you've got enough to get there.
Oh, I thought you said something after that. Never mind. Okay. So I am and I'm going to
What you get? Stab it with your star knife.
I was about to say I'm gonna melee it with my star knife.
You totally melee it with your star knife. Trust your god.
Ching.
Trust your god. 13 is gonna miss. The star knife just scrapes across the metal on the outside of it.
Like
All right.
fingernails on a chalkboard.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Now Kitty's gonna
Just
get
like tears some of the paint off, but that's about it.
sucks.
How about the tiger? Is he gonna bite it? Girl.
That's not the right page.
Remember, he gets one attack, not claw, bite, claw, bite, claw.
Oh, hello. Nicodemus on a
27.
bite hits it with a 27,
Ooh.
doing 6 damage. His teeth actually pierce the armor,
Nice.
and he tears a small piece off.
Yes.
He bites
So
the
as he
golem in the
gets it
chunk.
and he tears it out. He chunks it at me, and I grab it.
That's right. You're grabbing the golem junk, apparently.
She's gonna make a Flavor Flav necklace out of that. Hung that funky shit
Alright.
around her neck.
Hang a big piece of metal junk around his neck.
That's right.
And when we say junk, we mean actual junk.
I'm gonna get a wine refill.
I just did the same. I now have finished a Conga red blend that we had lying around because it was cheap.
My refills are too
You
far
know
away.
what I did?
Mm.
Because I'm here and there's not a Trader Joe's near us.
Yeah, the south side. Yeah.
She robbed a
So-
homeless guy that had a wine bottle in a bag. That's what.
No, I went to HEB and their version of the $2 chuck that I love so much is called
Oh.
is cul-de-sac,
Oh, I was like, uh-huh.
and I love cul-de-sac. It's good.
Hey, wait, the other place to try is Aldi. They do a wine series called Winking Owl, and it's like $3 a bottle.
You know what's funny is I was just there the other day because there's one near my mom's house that's over there by the old Kroger.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the old Kroger in Pearland. And so I went in there the other day and realized they had a wine section, and I was like, isn't this supposed to be kind of like Trader Joe's or somehow
Yeah, a little
related to it or something? I can't remember.
It's just cheap, dude. So $3 wine, it's never bad, even if you only use it for cooking, but it's actually not terrible. So Leah got some Wicked Grove, which is their own version of Angry Orchard, and it's actually not terrible.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Usually, if I get a bottle of $3 wine, I'm for a mushroom sauce for steak or something.
Ultimately, it's better to buy a full bottle of wine than it is to buy little wines to cook with at $3 a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. I get the big bottles. Yeah.
Well, why would you cook with anything you wouldn't drink?
I mean, that's true.
That's
too.
true. I would still drink
I
it.
also drink cheap wine because I think that you can have really good cheap wine. Oh, how? Don't they have their own version of Shiner as well? Because I'm nearly positive I saw like a knockoff Shiner.
Probably. They have a bunch of beers in there. So back home, they actually have they sell liquor because obviously we're not backward, so we can sell liquor in supermarkets. And I've got a drink coming. What is this? What is this drink?
Oh, good time.
Hey,
Good time.
the hell am I drinking?
Vodka.
Just straight vodka?
Excellent.
Ooh, we're leveling tonight, folks. Listen up.
It looks like it's got a little bit of fluids on there or something.
Vodka and tonic?
With blueberries.
Vodka and tonic with blueberries. There we go.
Mm.
Brilliant.
Leah does like making
That's
new drinks. That's
where
pretty good,
we're
actually, y'all.
Oh, you scored some,
Pretty
huh,
good.
Whit? That's
So yeah, back home, apparently there. Whit's got some Kings. That is delicious.
Yes.
That is delicious.
Where's Leah so I can open it?
Oh, Hall.
Tell her.
Hall. Whit wants to open her whiskey.
And she needs you for that.
You should bring it over so you can show her, and then yes, you should open it. So the top part's going to be really really cinnamony, so you might want to give it a little bit of a shake. There you go. That'll do. Just enough. That's good.
Oh yeah. Keep it up. Keep it. Oh.
We have one too. Look,
Yeah, we open
we
it
go.
over the sink just in case.
I'll camera it. There we go. Hang on.
Open
we
it
go.
over the sink.
So, Whitney. Is she there?
She's there.
She's there. The trick behind this is once you finish the liquid, you don't eat the apples. You just refill this with more whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much flavor in here. It literally just works all over again. It's amazing. And then you just have the same drink revamped with your favorite.
So it's
whiskey.
like the tequila worm, except for fruit.
Right. Or
There
that
you go.
French brandy with the
Yeah.
pear in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just refilled mine with Jack, and I let it sit for like 3 days, and it was amazing.
She's liking it.
A little
Chug,
dab behind
chug,
the ears.
chug,
a little
chug.
It tastes
dab
even better.
Smells good. Is Leah gonna drink it? Are you gonna open yours up,
I'm gonna
bitch?
drink it too. She's opening it just for you.
Yay!
So this is a German restaurant nearby where we are, and we picked up 2 bottles, and it's delicious. It's basically they've been sitting apples and cinnamon in whiskey for like a year, and they decided to sell it. I guess they were going to sell it anyway. But
Yeah.
I love the high tech sealing stuff, just like a bit of masking.
Well, you guys need to be all Smokey and the Bandit and ship that shit bootleg style up to Michigan.
That's some good
It
shit,
is
though.
in mason jars, so it would
It
feel
is.
very legit.
They're pickles, officer. It's pickles.
Open with. Down it goes.
Ready?
Look, there's fruit in
All
there.
right.
It's obviously fruit.
Okay.
First one to finish their bottle wins a prize.
Hang on, I've got a wine. Everybody cheers up. Tim, find a glass of something.
I just drank mine.
Good enough. Chin anyway.
Yay! Empty.
Good.
Founders, dirty bastard.
Actually, hold on. I can get a bottle of water. 1 second.
That is dangerously good.
Isn't it? Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious.
It is
The next step is
delicious.
Kiernan,
See,
right?
Hal, did you take a screen capture? Because I think she put that on her blog site right there.
I'll grab one later.
Oh my gosh.
Good. It's really good.
That is really
Uh-huh. It is really good.
She's gonna wake up 2
It'll
days
get-
from now in Evan's bathtub. You know.
It depends
Oh
on
my
whether you're-
god. No, I hope not. That would be really scary.
Oh, we'll
Oh
get
my
some to it.
goodness. That is quite delicious.
Thanks.
I'm
It
very
is.
happy
It's great.
with
We
that.
would never recommend a bad thing to you.
Thank you for recommending that. Holy
Hey,
moly.
that's
I'm gonna
fun.
go.
Fish an apple out and eat it.
No, you have to refill it.
I I think I'm gonna. Okay, I may take one out at the end and eat it, but then the rest I want to soak in.
Yeah, Leah's right. Fill it with Jack, and it'll be great.
Some of that, Jim Beam,
The
Jim
funny
Beam
thing,
Red
I
Stag
actually
is real
do
nice.
the same thing with Bucky's pickled things.
Mm-hmm.
I love their pickled quail eggs. And so I actually, when I'm done eating the quail eggs, I boil my own eggs and soak them in there.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, why not reuse it?
Hell, years ago, Hal
don't
turned
have-
me on to soy eggs, where you take like hard-boiled eggs and soak them in soy sauce, and those were amazing.
Soaked eggs.
Ooh, I bet that would be really good.
You can, if you don't like the saltiness of it, what you can actually do is if you boil the egg and then you just kind of crack the shell but don't actually peel it, you can soy soak them and you get like little rivulets of soy sauce running over the sides where the cracks were. It's pretty nice. A little more of a subtle way to do it.
I like the salt too, but if you do it overnight, it's salty. But if you leave it in for like a week or something, then you're gonna be like high blood pressure instantly.
Right. Unless you do the thing with the shell on, and then it makes it look really cool. It's got like soy lines all over it.
You take a bite and you're like suck in. You're like.
I'm gonna say, Bill and Thing don't have bookies.
Nope.
Do you, Bill and Thing?
I don't.
So Bookies is a gas station.
Oh,
okay. Is this like the gas station that has the raw shrimp sushi? Like
it's a massive gas station. It's kind of like a mini It's kind of like stick and go.
It's like the size of Costco, and it's
not that big, but it's pretty massive.
It's like 100 pumps for gas. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
To compare it, you've seen a Love's gas station, like the truckers' gas stations.
Yeah, we have those up the wazoo.
Yeah,
here, they were the gateway to Canada.
It's like that. The only difference is that they don't allow truckers. It's meant for families, and they have like clean bathrooms, and they have really cheap drinks, and they're a great stop for road trips. So they're popular in Texas for that. That's why usually people stop there. Like you go in, you walk into the stall, the bathrooms are always being cleaned. And then you go into the bathroom stall and they have hand sanitizer, and you can clean your hands, and then you can use toilet cleaner spray, even though the toilet's clean, and you can clean down the toilet yourself. So you can sit down and have a nice little clean space for your tushy. And then when you're done, if you wanted to clean it up again, you totally can, or somebody else will. And then you hand sanitize your hands, and then you could go out of the bathroom and you could wash them again. And it's a magnificent experience. I'm telling you.
It's ridiculous.
And then they sell things like beaver nuggets, which are basically like caramel covered corn puffs. And they're like,
I like the corn puffs.
They actually have it like kind of like not like a meat department, but they can actually slice meat for you inside.
They do. They do really good jerky. They even have turducken.
Sounds good. I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
So when you guys drive to Texas to visit us all, you can stop at a Bookies.
You know, I've actually seen Bookies pop up on podcasts when people travel through Texas, and I'm like, yay! Makes me happy. I mean, like, there's a meme I saw online, and it was a picture of Bucky's, and it said, when a potty break at a gas station costs $45.
30 of that's gummy bears.
If you want to stand in the same room with 60 other people pissing into their own individual urinal, it's Bucky's you want to stop at. There's literally, you walk in and there's 3 solid walls of them. It's crazy.
Sounds like a ball stadium or something. You know?
It's crazy. It is. It's like it's a fucking gas station, and it's ridiculous.
And because it's Texas,
anyway, Kiernan, it's your turn. Let's back to the combat. Tim, what are you doing?
Oh, it's my turn. Oh!
I thought it was Kiernan.
Oh, it's my turn, right?
It's Kiernan, yeah.
Your turn, Kiernan.
Oh man, you guys didn't do very much.
I was gonna say it was Iketsu, and then it was me and Nicodemus. So it's either Bill or Elliot, or sorry,
So it's-
Kieran
yeah,
or
my
Alex.
turn. I haven't gone yet, so I'm gonna go
He gets
and
to finish
I'm
it
gonna
off.
5-foot step and 2-weapon fighting. Stabby, stabby.
Adamantine weapon.
Do it.
Yeah, that's the goal. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Does 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
Okay, well I do 11 piercing. Does sneak attack work on this thing?
No, it's a construct.
I thought we already determined that constructs are able to be stabby stabbied.
Oh, maybe it does. Is it?
But do you have
Hang on.
flank? I guess you
Yep.
do. Okay.
He is flanking with the tiger. Let me check what it's got. Hold on. Construct traits. Did we say constructs? A robot's considered construct?
But it's a golem. It's not a robot.
Yeah, but it's still a construct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
so
I,
I thought
think
we
they
already,
still get precision damage, if I remember right.
I thought
think
so
you're
too,
right.
yeah. So it's 18 damage. And I think that all bypasses DR.
Can constructs
by-
be sneak attacked? Generally, the only things that are immune to it in Pathfinder are formless creatures. So yes, you can sneak attack.
So
Okay,
18
you
damage
stab
and
it
it ignores
into-
hardness.
It doesn't have a hardness. You stab into it and you tear a chunk off it, and you like tear more into it, and you tear a chunk off it, and it collapses to the ground, juddering, with bits of gears just moving and whirring and skittering off into the room. You're pretty certain that some of the gears kind of skitter off, that some of them are kind of almost cohesive before they kind of fade away.
Dude, this is all teeth 1000ing going off and frickin' reforming.
Oh, junk golem. Yeah, yeah.
Junk Golem.
But
Dude,
that's
this
player
whole
knowledge.
place is built of junk. We're gonna be like,
Is there anything
Alright.
good in it to salvage?
Not a thing.
well, there was a
It's in the
Wordman
name.
statue that it was working on. Go check it out.
It's in the name, dude.
Well, yeah, it was a junk golem, but sometimes there's good bits, you know. It had to be at least masterwork junk to be enchanted, you know.
What are you doing?
So I guess
Priestess
the lady behind one
Lanelai
of these
here.
3 doors.
Priestess Lanelai, I presume? As I put my weapons away.
Looks like I'll have to add some improvements to the next one.
Our apologies, but we were
Improvement?
calling out for you. We were calling out a message for your friend.
More joy of crafting.
Haha, was that fun? For you.
Ha ha!
We did knock on each door and we were calling out for you, but alas, this activated apparently to keep you protected, of course. We were trying to defend ourselves, but the racket apparently you heard.
Yes, well,
Joram kites at us. Is
yes.
there anything we can do to help clean up? As I look like abashed.
No, just stay back. Stay back. I want to see what happened. I guess you just hit it, didn't you? Just hit it.
A lot.
I
did
think
a
I
little more than
think I hit it. I think I hit it in just the right spot, and
What do you?
Yes, just the right spot. I'm sure you did.
Okay. So
Sure you did.
what do you need?
This is Dinvaya Lanalai.
Ooh, she's a elf.
Half
or a
elf.
gnome
It's like,
or a gnome. Gnome tinkerer.
are gnomes that cute in Pathfinder? I guess they are, yeah.
Oh, I've got a name wrong. I'm sorry. It's Dinvaya, not Dinyaya.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Dinvaya.
Ooh, nice,
That's my bad typing, and Leah bringing me vodka after an
nice
entire bottle of
Bree
wine.
clasp there on her neck too.
Yes, she's got a nice little Braai clasp, looking all happy. She looks pretty serious. She has a very serious haircut.
Looks very Romulan.
Romulan, you say?
Well,
Well, they don't get a lot of blondes in Romulus though.
Well,
That's true.
Tasha the Romulan was a
Yeah, but she's like half human time clone, so it's
Right, exactly, totally different.
She's an elf.
Okay.
Walks over and starts looking at the golem and particularly looking at the damage that you caused.
I will say apologies in Elvish.
Yes. Yes. Well, these things are meant to be improved, I guess. A great band of thugs appeared and beat it to death. I mean, what can you do?
Would you like us to help you fix it? Sorry.
I don't think that it's anything to particularly. I'll build another. I mean, these three here are close to complete. I mean, had there been 4, I don't think you'd have done so well.
So we arrived in
Do
the right
you
time.
want to put us up to the challenge sometime? It kind of sounds like you might be up for it.
No, maybe. Why are you here?
That's a really good question.
Joram Kite
Why are you here?
said to look you up.
Yes, Joram Kite. What do you want with me?
Well, I mean, he said to check in on you and say that we were heading in this area. And quite honestly, now that we're here, trying to get more of a direct lay of the land here, you might be able to tell us some things. We have reason to believe that there's something here that was responsible for diverting. Did you hear what happened in Torch? What have you heard?
No. I've been building things. What happened?
The torch had gone out. It's reignited now.
Oh, I heard something about that. Yes, torch went out.
The power of the torch was rediverted to some place here, and we believe that the Lords of Rust are responsible.
We got torches back on.
What makes you think that? How do you know so much about technology exactly?
Because we're really smart.
Yes.
I studied
How
on
do
the
you know
sideline.
Are you part of any groups that might be interested in technology?
If you're talking the Technic League, then definitely no.
She backs away from
here.
you.
No,
You say the
not
Technic
anything.
League, and her hand goes to her weapon.
He was just kidding. Sorry about that. He's just a little nutty about the Technic League. We're honestly just interested because we heard it was really good for trade and looking to make some extra cash.
Members of the Technic League?
No. Most definitely not.
Do you associate with the Technic League?
Well, there was one Technic League spy in Torch, but he's dead now, so no.
We were sort of taking over his identity to try to find out who his contact. Connier Bane. Or no, wait.
I wouldn't go near. I wouldn't go near that place. Just don't.
Don't go near where?
I don't trust you. You could be technically spies.
Oh. Our friend here, Alexander, is
friend
on their
could
hit
do
list.
whatever you. It's not going to take very long to prove that he's clearly not. And
I
if
don't think they take kindly to my kind.
Both
Android, I can
and
understand.
Buligup would make sure that we were hacked to pieces.
I do not like the robots. This is true, yes.
I would say he goes a little bit further than just not liking the robots.
Oh my god.
A little bit of a manic obsession, really.
Yeah.
He does have a manic obsession.
Mildly adorable.
Also mildly homicidal.
He's also why I can't have a robot to experiment with. So I'm mostly magic.
No,
Get very good at putting it back together.
What can we do for you? It looks like you've got questions. We've got answers.
I do not like the Technic League.
Why not?
I don't trust them.
I don't
Cool,
trust the
neither do
leader.
we.
That makes
sounds
6
like
of us.
A good plan. Okay, we have something in common. What else do we have in common?
You apparently know someone I know before, but that's not an uncommon thing.
Who?
Joram Kite.
Joram Kite.
Yes, you know Joram
He
Kite.
helped us to get into the stuff under the Black Hill so we could reignite the torch
That's right.
and
He
defeat.
reignited the torch.
Yes.
That's very heroic of you. Very, very nice.
Well, it would have
Very,
exploded
very-
if we didn't.
It's very civic of you. Very, very nice. I'm sure they enjoyed the return of their prosperity. I met Joram a long time ago. He seemed human.
Yes, unfortunately.
We traveled together for a while, but we had a problem with our group. We had a problem with the Technic League. They encountered us at Lackthroat, and Joram and I were the only survivors.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
What happened after that?
Hate them.
Well,
I work against them every day.
well, we can tell you that Torch is 100% Technic League free at the moment.
and
Yeah, their
you know,
spies been dispatched.
That's what you
I
think.
would just
They're
say, you
everywhere.
have some really impressive baddies in here.
I like
and-
this lady.
They're everywhere. You can't be sure where they are. You may have taken out one of their people, but what about the 10 others that were probably there as shopkeepers? Or their eyes are everywhere. You can never be sure.
Hey, how do I know anything about the Technic League?
Everybody kind of does. They're an organization that's semi-secret, and they aim to gather technologies that would benefit their power base. So basically, they want to hunt out all technology here that might make them more powerful. They have a terrible habit of hacking androids apart to see how they work.
Okay.
Yes. So I would look to avoid them too.
I was just curious if my character knew anything about him.
Everybody knows a little, but a lot of them, no, you probably never met anyone from it, or at least no one that said they were, because they are a secret organization to a good degree.
Okay.
They're kind of like the Illuminati.
I mean, I'd love to learn their
Exactly.
secrets, but I don't want to.
Should we
Go
ask her
anywhere
why
near
she's
them.
hiding out in Scrapyard?
I am here because it's safer.
So there's no
Why would,
Technic League
why
here?
would the Technic League come somewhere where there's no technology?
There must be some technology because the Lords of Rust send an android to Torch to send the energy from Torch here.
Oh, there's technology here. Of course there is, but nothing they're interested in, I'm sure. Most of this place is scrap and gangs and scrap.
Then what would the Lords of Rust be doing with all the energy they were sending from Torch?
They're new. They have something going on. There's something growing in their arena. Below it, I think they're digging something.
They have an arena, create a Thunderdome.
Yes, they have an arena. You can fight there if you wish. I would
Perhaps we'd
recommend
rather
it.
get
Hey.
underneath it.
They have a troll. Apparently, they're very, very strong.
They have a
I
cave
wouldn't
troll.
want to fight a troll. Not unless I wanted to.
We have a frog.
Yes, I see that. He's very short. Buligup kind of bows up and runs up his glaive and stares at her from 8 feet up.
Down, boy.
Don't even ask him about his tongue. Just saying.
If
He doesn't have the prehensile one, though. He
Fine,
just has a
sir.
long one.
Hellscrag the Troll.
Well,
was,
it sounds like we have a mutual
that's
hatred
correct.
for somebody.
Hellscrag. What's that word?
Oh, go on.
What did you say?
Oh, I was saying it sounds like we have a mutual hatred for. Sounds like a partnership.
I just want to be left alone. I've been here for 20 years, and I I heal people sometimes, and they pay me in parts, and I build things, and it's not terrible. It's cheap to live here, and it's okay. And the Technic League pay us little attention because there's nothing new here.
Well,
Except
I mean,
for when the Lords of Rust came and brought whatever they brought and did whatever they did.
well, Sephiroth of the Steel Hawk says that things were much more orderly and stable before the Lords of Rust came. What's your take on it? Because
I agree with that. That is true. It was a much better place to live.
and we know that the
with their god. I don't know. They say they have a god that I've never heard of, and that he's all powerful and Helion.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have a cleric, so
Well, that cleric.
Yes, they have a god.
Well, one of them was an android that was gathering up technology. We thought they were in league with the Technic League. Maybe not, but I don't think these Lords of Rust have your interests in mind, especially if you're worried about the Technic League.
Well, I don't worry about the Technic League so much as I hate them. They hurt me and all of my friends, and there was no need for it. And I just disapprove of everything they stand for. Are you talking about Meander?
Purple, pink-haired android. We didn't really get her name before she died.
Oh, she's dead then.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And you killed her, you people?
Very much so.
That depends. If the answer is yes, is that a good thing?
I would say so. I mean, she was a face for the Lords of Rust for the longest time, and now she is gone. That is a good thing. I agree. You've done well. While she was not technically, she was certainly not good. I would suggest you have done a service by removing her. You said she was transferring energy here, power?
Yes.
They must want to power something. They've been digging underneath that arena of theirs. I don't know why.
How long have they been digging?
A while now, weeks at least. They've been excavating something, and I don't know what it is. Maybe that's what they need to power, or maybe they're powering their god somehow.
This arena, is this forced labor fights or prize fights where people just join for money? And
oh no, you have to have a reputation to fight. There's no point in watching people just smashing each other. You have to have some kind of reputation.
Some kind of dumb
we don't have
distraction
it yet.
to keep the rabble busy and out of their plans. It's just a way to keep them all distracted.
Popular.
Do you know anything about the Smilers?
They're a gang here. They do terrible things to their faces. I don't know why they do that, but they do. They're basically the second gang in charge here. They do what the Lords of Rust tell them, but they get a lot of power for it.
How large
I
is
believe
the person?
Bird Food is one of the Smilers. He's the one that's been put in charge of the Steel Hawks for the short term.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be changing relatively.
Yes, I imagine Sevroth isn't too happy about it.
What do you think about it? Again, this is you like things stable and calm and safe. I'm wondering if if you had your druthers, how would you want things going back the way they were or how they are now?
I don't really associate with the gangs as best as possible. I do my thing and they leave me alone.
Just wondering if these Lords of Rust get any cockier or finish what they're doing, if they will remain leaving you alone.
I mean, I can tell you about the gang members if that's helpful to you. I can tell you about Helion.
Yes, please.
That would be great.
So, he concerns me greatly, I think. He is, he has clerics. Neander could wield divine magic. It concerns me that something is there. There is a god behind them. And I have never heard of this god before. It is strange, an idea that a god could live here in Scrapwall. It seems very frightening to me that it would even be possible that there would be a god here. But they cast spells like I do, and my spells come from my deity. So theirs must too, right?
Perhaps. I mean, I can cast, well, in a roundabout way, some cleric-y type stuff, but that's just because I understand magic really well.
Be careful how you speak about Helion outside of here. He is, if the Lords of Rust hear that you are bad-mouthing their deity, there may be repercussions. I did hear that Neander had gone missing, but I didn't realize she was dead. This makes me incredibly happy. I'm impressed that you managed to put her down. I had suspicions that they were attempting to power something. They have a receiving relay on the far side of Scrapwall. They built it in the past few months, and I wondered why. I guess they were looking to power something they had in the arena, but I don't know what. But they were clearly getting power from somewhere. It has been confusing to watch what they're doing, but I guess if you could build enough scrap worth, they would eventually take notice of you and invite you to take part in Scrapmaster's arena.
Would
that would help
taking out
you
bird food be a good way of starting building scrap worth?
I mean, bird food is a recognized face. It would definitely help, yes. Anything you can do to make a mark. There are things that you could defeat or to make a name for yourself, definitely here. I mean, if you can get enough scrap worth, they'll invite you to the arena to prove your worth. Then you could fight Hellscrag.
We also heard there's a undead manticore of some sort here.
There's something upon the high pass on the south side. If you follow the path up through the scrap, I think you'll find where that is. I don't think it's undead. I saw it once. It didn't look like it was dead. Maybe it's been at the fluids or something.
Kiernan knows about that.
Do many of us at certain times, I think.
Are there any safe shops, taverns, etc. in Scrapwall?
There are traders here. I would never call any of them safe, but there are traders here. I would be wary all the time. You're never sure which traders are owned by which of the gangs, and you don't want to anger one or the other. So it's best to remain anonymous if possible, but if you're looking to make a name for yourself, then that's going to be impossible, isn't it? You're going to have to take the danger. I mean, if your intention is to deal with Helion, which I would greatly appreciate, that is why you're here, yes, to deal with Helion. That's why Joram sent you.
Well, if they tried to steal the energy from Torch once, they may try again, and they were very close to blowing up the reactor under Torch.
Yes. Yes. I would suggest that your best course of action is to try and weaken the Lords of Rust as best as you can, to try and remove them one at a time if possible, however you may, and then you might be able to figure out what they're doing under the arena with that power relay.
Sounds like wise advice.
If any of our activities go south and turn out not so good, we have a place to hide outside of town, but it might be good if we could come back here and, hide or not be noticed if with your kind permission, if that's all right. We don't have to
I
be
don't want,
here,
I don't
but
much
maybe in
want,
the front room behind the first set of walls.
I don't want to much be associated with you, to be honest. But I will happily heal you from time to time if you pay for Brai's blessing. I would suggest that you find a place that's safe but not associated with me.
It's fair.
And
Thank
Hellion, is their symbol some sort of a clawed hand thingy?
Yes, some kind of mechanical claw. That's what I've seen. That seems right. Yes, Helion. He is. I don't know what he is. He is dangerous. That's what I know.
Has anybody seen him physically?
The Lords of Rust say they see him. His clerics say they talk to him directly. I don't actually know how that's possible, but it is possible, I guess. I mean, gods are mysterious. Maybe it is an avatar of another god.
Maybe he's trapped in something underneath this arena and they're digging him out.
Maybe.
What was here
I don't
before
know.
this time? I mean, was there something here and then that's why there's junk? Like, what started all this? Scrapwall.
My understanding is this place was a place that was salvaged for scrap and mechanical parts and all of the things that make this technology so exciting, and there's nothing left but the piles you see around you that make the walls.
So there was something here before, like maybe a ship or something, or
perhaps there's something here. Who knows? Ship. Well, there was certainly like a ruin. It's not as big as Silvermount, but it's definitely something. There are definitely a lot of the Lords of Rust. I can tell you about them if you intend to take them down. If you're going to fight Hellscrag, you're going to need some advice.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. Hellscrag is a troll. She's a garrulous creature. Somewhat of the front face. She runs the arena. She guards the entrance.
well, I'm sorry, I was still on Hellscrag. Who was the other?
This is Hellscrag.
Hellscrag is the she, I think.
This is Hellscrag. Trolls have females too, you know.
Oh, well, so it's troll fighter in the arena, I thought. Female?
Yes, Hellscrag is. She's like the arena master, but the entrance to the Lords of Rust's lair is through the arena. She orchestrates the fights there. If you cause enough problems or gain enough scrap worth, you'll be invited to fight there, and you might be able to take her then. Drags is an Etin. She's a thug executioner. She does the work. She says she does the work of Helion and punishes those who sin against him. She wields spiked chains with great effectiveness. I guess two heads are helpful when you're wielding two weapons like that. Kolgara. She is a powerful commander. Yes. She is powerful just underneath Helion. She has definitely the one that runs the gang in Helion's name. Meander was the high priest of Helion before you encountered her, shall we say.
Are all the notables of Lords of Rust female?
That's what I was just about to ask. Yeah, it's interesting.
What?
It sounds like they're all female so far. This is notable.
Yes. Malachi is probably the most powerful cleric of Helion remaining in Scrapwall.
Who is?
Malachi? The half-orc?
Malachi. Malachi is an orc. I don't know. I think there's probably a power struggle between Malachi and Kolgara now that Meander has gone. It would make sense. There is rumors of some kind of red-skinned, multi-armed creature that is also a member of the Lords of Rust. A Zagmander, they call it. I don't know. There are rumors that they see it occasionally flitting through the night. Helion's enforcer, maybe nighttime assassin. Who knows? But they are not to be trifled with. Helion himself, a lord, a god, maybe, of the Lords of Rust. I've heard its voice, but never seen its face. They believe it is a powerful deity, but honestly, who knows? Maybe it is a devil or a demon, something else. I don't know. It could be an alien or a ghost or...
You said you've heard it? Did it speak?
It has a voice. You hear it sometimes through the arena speakers. It'll speak to its followers that way sometimes.
Have you ever heard it before?
Yes, through the arena speakers.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but I speculate. I don't think it's a deity. That would be ludicrous. I mean, why would a god be in Scrapwall?
So you think somebody's pretending to be a god to control people?
I mean, I'm not saying they're not powerful. Maybe it's an avatar of another god. Maybe a trickster of some kind posing as a god. Maybe it is a powerful creature, a demon or a devil, an angel. There are many creatures here that we know little about.
Interesting. Worth investigating.
This is great information.
Yeah. What do we do from here, gang? What do y'all think?
Well, I think we found a couple of things. We know that there's some between the different gangs. They're trying to get scrap worth amongst each other. We know that the bird food is the de facto leader of the Steelhawks that has been put in place. But bird food's a smiler, and they've been put in charge of the Steelhawks, so they can't be too happy about that. We've already been tasked with trying to off the leader, this bird food guy.
But he was also put in charge by the Lords of Rust, so he works for them. So if we take him out, we weaken the Lords of Rust and secure favor with the Steelhawks.
Right.
And make a reputation.
Which leaves the Red Tooth Raiders as really about what their take is in all this.
Well, what we could do is go and take out... does she know like the layout, who owns what part of Scrapworth?
Scrapwall?
Oh, I'm sorry, Scrapwall.
How do you mean? Which part of Scrapwall?
Does like each gang,
turf, right?
like the gang, what part of like the turf that they control? Because I understand.
Yes, they have territory. It changes every day. It's difficult sometimes to know who owns what.
Do they fight among themselves to gain control of what part of the territory?
Of course they do.
Okay.
Is there signage symbols posted that we should know about for entering somebody's territory?
No, you just have to know. You'll know when you get there. I mean, it changes so often, no one can actually sign it all. I mean, if you were part of a gang, you might know, but honestly, there's no way to tell. Most citizens just live assuming that they're walking through gang territory and try to avoid the gangs as best as possible.
Cool.
So there are essentially non-gangs, people that are not
There
part
are
of a gang.
people that live here like her. There are people who live here that don't have anything to do with the gangs.
Oh, sure. But I just got the impression that she was in the vast minority. Like hardly, there's only a few, but it sounds like there's more than that. Okay.
I mean, a lot of people get drawn into the gangs, but they're not necessarily... Like, not everyone is a member. I mean, people might pay protection to whichever gang ends up controlling their area, but generally it's...
So this is my brain dump of what's going on, right? Like the Scrapwall was here, things were weird but quote quote normal. And then one day, for whatever reason, the Lords of Rust showed up, pretty powerful, kind of scrapped it up with some of these gangs and established themselves at the top of the pecking order, and then sort of had the Smilers put in charge to do the day-to-day running of things while they have been distracted with some kind of project involving obviously the power from Torch and something under this arena. And they probably don't give two shits about this town. Sounds like there's a good weakness we could potentially exploit between Kolgara and Malachi, because they're vying for like being in charge, and so there's
vacuum.
Yeah.
Was this a few months ago the Lords of Rust showed up, or longer, or?
It's been a while. They've been here a while now. Months at least.
They said like
they are,
a couple of months
they
that
are
power
the new
receiver
normal.
was turned on, right?
Why do you ask?
Me?
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out a timeline of this, of how entrenched they are, if they came from somewhere else, or...
Gotcha. Okay.
They definitely disrupted the normal flow of things here.
So before they came, what did this town do? Just sit here and exist, or?
I mean, there was a balance between the gangs. Each gang almost had a purpose. Certain ones looked after certain things. People paid for their privilege of being where they were, but it wasn't too onerous, and they didn't really fight all that much. Red-toothed raiders are concerned with what they do. The Smilers were probably the most onerous gang that we had, but, you know, they were not too terrible. The Steelhawks were harsh but fair.
Okay.
So there was just the three gangs before the Lords of Rush showed up.
Correct.
Okay.
The Steelhawks were in charge.
It sounds like everyone but the Smilers is interested for things to go back to the way they were. We already know for certain the Steelhawks are. It sort of makes sense that Red Tooth Raiders might be interested in not being second to the Smilers. We don't know how they're affected, if at all. They're still unknown. And the Smilers are probably going to be devout enemies just because they're, you know, essentially running this town for the most part and only have one boss to talk to.
Plus, they're creepy and have crappy pistols.
Right.
The Smilers were elevated. I don't know necessarily whether they were ready for that, but they were elevated to a position of power. The Steelhawks were in charge up to that point, and I can't imagine that they're happy with what their lot is right now.
If you're
Sephiroth is very driven.
We ran into some Smilers that were armed with like clockwork pistols of weaponry of some kind that
Yes, a lot of them like guns.
Did they like those before the Lords of Rust arrive, or?
Yes, that was their thing,
Okay.
partly.
I didn't know if the Lords of Rust provided them with this edge, and that's how they rose to the top.
So,
okay.
Denanya, how often do the gangs venture outside of Scrapwall?
Often, occasionally. Sometimes they'll do it when there's scores to settle with the outside world. Sometimes they'll do it as a reaction to something that happens. Sometimes they'll do it as a challenge to someone. Send out a leader with the gang members and see if they can take something from outside. But honestly, most of everything that happens here in the city.
The reason why I was asking is the Smilers attacked a fort that was nearby here recently.
Yes, I heard something about retaliations against their cleric, Meander. I'd heard she'd gone missing. I didn't realize she was dead until you arrived, but I'm assuming that the Lords of Rust sent the Smilers to the fort, assuming that they had been that Meander had been waylaid by the knights there.
If you're keeping inventory, they're down to hatchet hands as well as whatever other Smilers went with the report.
Yes, I saw it was Hatchet Hand that was going. I assume that that was you also. That is impressive. You might have some. You might be able to actually affect things here without too much trouble. You might actually be able to earn some scrap worth.
Yay!
Yay.
With that being said, Denaya, can you heal my wounds?
What?
Oh, she
Will
said that
you,
she can heal people.
Are you
Of
wounded?
course, I'm clever.
So,
Are you wounded?
yes.
Injured?
I'm injured, yes.
I can heal you.
You look like you're full on your token.
Oh, no, I took 14 points. I don't know how to do that on my token.
Oh.
Fix his token thing. I could heal you. What would you? Would you be willing to donate to Braai?
So, do I know anything about Braai? What they want to be donated?
Well, Braai will take money or scrap or technical artifacts or any of that stuff. So Braai is the goddess of clockwork and mechanics.
I can do some healing too.
Picking up the junk that you just shattered on the floor is probably not a good offering. Just a tip.
I gave her some gold.
Gold always works.
Here's the shit.
But also, don't forget that Whitney can heal you.
Well, the reason why I was asking her is because if we were going to go to the crappy mansion,
Steel Palace, whatever.
The palace.
Yeah, I did the crappy palace. I didn't want to. I didn't want to have. I didn't want to ask Wit to use her magical powers to help me. If we were going to go directly to the crappy palace, that's the reason why.
Crappy palace. I will willingly heal you for a donation to my mistress.
Okay, I donate.
What does it cost you? What do you need? 14 points is more than Cure Light. So Cure Moderate, what does it cost you? Cure Moderate. Cost. Yes, 300 gold pieces.
Don't laugh.
Oh, now it's Flame Strike with a big bell. That.
No, I didn't. My character didn't laugh at her. I was just like, oh.
Didn't it though?
I don't know.
You get the Flame Strike for free.
So what I'll do is
I don't want to stand
I'll
behind
do
you anymore. I'm just gonna step over here.
Here's a donation. I'll go on my way.
What did you give her?
I gave her 10 gold. I don't ask for healing. I just here's my donation to your goddess.
I appreciate that. Your wounds will heal in time, but come back if you need healing and you're more affluent.
Yeah, I tried.
Do you ever provide access to crafting materials and shop work for other people that would like to craft?
What kind of crafting are we talking?
Well, I'm working at figuring out how to craft magical items in the future, but I'm not there yet.
He's working on his correspondence schooling through these bazooka wrappers or bubblegum.
That's I do have a workshop, but it's mostly geared towards building constructs.
Or power armor.
Ooh.
Junk.
I don't want the spell failure penalty for that.
I mean, if you wished, I do have tools and things for an appropriate donation. I could allow you to use some spaces here.
Just checking in for future potentiality if we stay around that
Of
long.
course. But yes, I would happily allow you a space. I have a couple of spaces that I would use.
Most gracious.
You're welcome.
Learn at the feet of the master.
So shall we off to out of here then, or?
Well,
Yeah,
I want
while we
to. I did want to go back to the Steel Hawks and ask her if there was other entrances to the palace.
Since the Temple of Braai is the next door neighbor to the Hawk Palace, does Tatia know anything about perhaps back doors or comings and goings of people there?
There's no real back doors here in Scrapwall. Most of the things that you see are built into the wall, and a back door would be the other side of the wall. So no, most things only have one way in and one way out.
Cool.
Well, rather than going in, we could try and draw them out by just, making foolish bird calls and stuff and trying to.
Yeah, I think Aiketsu might be onto something though, because presumably that was the Steelhawks hideout before the Lords of Rust came, so she might know the place forwards and backwards, right?
Yeah.
True.
She might know something. So I think we should
like
probably
if
go.
If they were deposed, that was probably their digs before they were deposed, right?
Yes.
Of course, that might make us expendable if she tells us the secret way to get in and we do her a solid, and then she doesn't need us anymore. Then we're just as good as dead if we know her secrets, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, that's her own prerogative. If she really wants to get rid of them, if it's free information, it's free information, right? We don't have to take it or not.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking if we try and get in there, we're probably gonna have to fight actual Steelhawks. If we, go, oh, I'm a crappy bird man, caw caw caw, and he comes out enraged to kill us, then we don't have to fight all the other people.
But let's say that does happen, what if he just sends all of his goons out after us, and then Lords of Rust find out?
Then they find out there's new people in town beating up the Steelhawks.
Yeah. Now we know that the some of the Smilers that we disagreed with at the fort had some of that pain-killing potions on them, right?
Soothe.
So I'm wondering if we could taint or affect their. I wonder if it's something that they keep using in order to avoid the pain, or they use it the one time when it's time to do the disfigurement, or if it's something that they use ongoing. But I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
I believe it was mildly addictive, we thought.
Exactly. So if we used some of our soothe and tainted it with some kind of poison and left it in their stores for him to use.
Well, I assume there's somebody here that makes it then too and supplies it to them, because it's. So I'm assuming they've got a. Unless it just bubbles out of the ground somewhere.
Jed Clampett. It's got the supply. Okay, well, I mean, as far as wrapping things up while we this, I would like to reconnoiter and scout a little bit tonight. Walk here, sit, light a pipe, puff the pipe for a little bit, keep walking, Maybe, but
And get a feel for the area.
yeah, get a feel for the area. I mean, I'm essentially
Have knowledge local.
dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's see here. 18.
Enough. Okay, so between you guys, you wander around for a while.
Cool.
You figure out
Clearly, your love of the halfling leaf has clouded your judgment.
Halfling leaf.
Flex, flex.
So, if you look at your Scrapwall map, do you see your Scrapwall map?
Yes.
There is one in our list. Yes.
Hang on. Let me bring it up over
Okay.
here.
I
Oh,
assume
wait.
we're in that little bottom area off the.
Okay, I'm bringing it up for everybody, including the folks. Okay, so actually where you are is if you look at that bottom nubbin where the entrance is, and then work your way around a little bit, there's a cut into this left-hand side about halfway up.
Okay.
You're actually at the top of the top of that kind of cut into the left-hand wall.
Are you
So
guys seeing
what you
something? Because
find-
I don't. I still see her.
You have to open up the
chamber.
map and drag it up. It's
Okay, I got it up, but I don't see where he's pointing.
I'm
So
not pointing anything. I can't
okay.
point to the map. It's not an actual map.
yeah.
so Didania is like that little like alley, like the cutout. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
above,
saying?
above the lower lobe that we came in through.
It's at the top of that kind of like that little cutout in that in the middle of the western wall.
And that's where we're at right now.
Hmm?
Is that where we're
Okay.
at right now?
That is where you are right now.
So is that the Hawk
Is that-
Palace opposite it?
No, Hawk Palace. See where the gate is at the very southwestern side?
Yep.
If you go directly north of the gate, Hawk Palace is there on that wall.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
right.
I see
Okay.
it.
So the other things you learn is that northwestern nub is the Smilers territory.
To the far northwest corner.
Northwest, like nubbin, that nubbin that sticks out. That whole northwest section is the Smilers area,
Okay. So
including their base, which is at the very back of that area.
basically north of Devania's alley.
Where you are, basically. North of where you are.
Do we know? I guess we don't want to venture out too far, but do we have any idea where the I'm looking at our notes. Sorry.
That's okay.
The
Don't be sorry for looking at notes.
Red Tooth Raiders.
Red Tooth Raiders are in the area to the east of. So the Steel Hawks control the area around the gate. Yeah?
Yes.
There's an open area to the northeast of that area.
Okay, so it's kind of like we're at level 1, and then Red Tooth's like level 2, then Smiler's on the top left is level 3, and then.
Sure. Let's talk about it like that. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I
And then
gotcha.
there's a
Then
receiver array.
if you look just out of that area, there's like a little pathway that kind of runs along the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That is where the Manticore is supposed to be.
Okay.
That's like the undead thing that people say it is.
Mutant, undead, yeah.
Mutant. Yeah, it sounds like it was more mutant than undead. Yeah.
Okay.
That is. I'm sorry. Is that the narrow passage that's at the southern wall as it starts to slope up, kind of like in the middle?
Yeah.
Where is this Manticore?
Yeah, southern east.
Yes.
Okay.
It's that tiny, yes. The south side in the kind of the middle area, just as
Right.
it kind of takes a turn there where the like right angle is.
Mm-hmm.
That little pathway that runs through, it climbs up to the top of the wall, and the Manticore's lair is at the top of that.
And where did you say the receiver array was?
Receiver array is way okay. So if you follow the Manticore path from the east, from the west to the east, it's literally just as the wall begins to head north. It's right in that corner there.
Okay, so that's over towards the arena and the Lords of Rust that way, right?
Correct. The arena is over on that side.
So I guess that's the circular area, kind of like a. Looks like a squished lemon. Well, one end looks like a lemon.
The bit in the middle, yes, it looks a bit like a lemon. The bit with like a crescent on the north side.
Yes.
Right. Basically,
where's the entrance?
Basically, the middle of the map is the arena. Yes.
So where's the entrance to the arena? Is it on the left-hand side?
There's several entrances. When we say arena, it's not like a building. It's just like a space.
Yes.
There's some structure there, but it's not like a formal structure, so to speak. There's several unclaimed territories here, places where the gangs are kind of middle ground. But
all the haunted areas and
right, there are rumors of ghosts to the very east of Scrapwall, over in the canyon on the eastern side.
Be great to actually be able to fly over this and get a bird's eye view. Or is there a really tall tower or area in Scrapwall that we can?
No, there's nothing tall here at all. No one's built anything high. It's just mounds of crap. Rusty, tetanus-ridden crap.
Oh, great. You are up on your shots, Iketsu, right?
I had one yesterday.
With the giant porculus stabby shot.
I know.
Because I don't think I or Tatia can remove disease yet, but
Well, why don't we go back and speak to the hawk lady and see if she knows like another entrance to
Sevroth, the Steelhawk. Yeah.
Yeah, that are a good way to lure him out.
Like what makes him tick? Like what, what's gonna
yes,
piss
that's
him
what
off,
I was thinking of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, does he have a routine during the day or at night, or he just literally stays in the crappy palace?
Like, yeah, what's his vice? Does he use drugs? Is he hooked on the
crappy palace? It's not the crappy palace.
This whole place is like the crappy area.
It is. It's very crappy. Let's not lie.
So we have a 7 foot tall green oozing half demon that thinks this place is a shithole. That's really.
But nobody doesn't know what I look like. It's full armor. You don't know what I look like underneath. You see my face.
Apart from anything else, he's not a demon.
Yeah.
In fact, Qlippoth hate demons.
They predate demons.
Yeah.
Cthulhu.
He's an older evil.
A what?
Elder evil.
You're an older evil.
All hail Dagon.
Well, the part of him that comes from that, I mean,
that's right.
Tiefling, so he's, got some corrupted human or something in there too.
Yeah.
But, Kiernan probably does too, since he's not since he's a native outsider. He's not pure in his bloodline either.
So yeah, I would like to go to the lady and ask her about more about Birdtail or whatever the hell his name is.
Bird food?
Bird food.
I mean, do they have like is there a protocol for calling out people, or do you I assume there's challenging and stuff happens here all the time, but
there are some formal things. Most stuff.
Does waving a
walk in and murder him, that would also be fine.
Oh, okay.
We could also just wave a flag stitched to the faces of the Smilers we killed.
But he's in charge of the Steelhawks. Maybe he doesn't care about Smilers anymore.
He's a Smiler himself, though, right? Yeah, who knows?
Or was at one point.
That's the thing we should ask her. Is there a bunch of Steelhawks inside that area?
Yeah, is there an ally on the essentially treaty with, and then kind of like you have like someone that could stab the guy in the back when it's time to throw down?
You head back to the gate and ask to speak to Sevroth. He takes a minute, but she comes out to see you. What do you want? I thought we were clear with each other.
Do you still have some of your gang members inside the palace? Do they take?
Of course, no. That's where we are. We live there. Bird Food is in charge, and the rest of us are Steelhawks underneath him.
I see.
Except for the orcs. Except for his orcs. They're also there to help enforce the law.
And those are who I saw guarding up on the crenellations, just the orcs we saw, right?
So orcs and
Yes, they guard our palace before we yes.
So
yes, they do.
orcs
They're
and
there.
small-faced people are free game.
I mean, I'm not going to say that.
Right. Understood.
Sarah, do you know? Does he ever leave the palace?
Sure, of course he does.
Does he leave at a palace at a certain time? Part of the day?
No, I don't really watch what he does.
Do you know if is there other entrances to the palace except for the front?
No, the only entrance is the doors at the front.
No secret way in, huh?
No secret way.
All right,
So
thank you.
if things get heated, how do we know? We don't want to accidentally start attacking your own men. Like, how do we decide let's get
I think if they try and kill
when
us,
they
it's
call
not
for
gonna
help?
take.
Yeah, exactly.
But wouldn't it be a sign of weakness if he's calling a bunch of people to do his fighting for him?
Well, it kind of sounds like the type of leader that they put in charge. Steelhawks seem a lot braver than the small.
What we could do is we could also to see if bird food like leaves. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we just like what you were saying, Kent, where is to see what his habits are. If he leaves the complex.
Or just do the, oh, you spilled my drink?
Yeah, kind of a
You
thing.
pay for
And
it right
just,
now?
what? You looked at me wrong and just kill him on the spot.
Just kill him on the spot.
That works with someone with such a very large axe.
Like
I'm more the subtle type.
And I'm more the stand behind you and lob spells type.
I think if do you know if he's addicted to soothe or anything else? Does he like to drink?
I don't know anything about that. Bird Food is... Honestly, he is a strange one. He is more about the power than he is about anything else.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sephiroth.
Welcome.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So, do we want to like just watch it, see what happens, or do we want to go in?
I would like to do surveillance on it first,
Yep.
just to see, because there might be like a, oh, it's time for the arena fight. Ding, 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 and everyone goes, and then he goes with entourage. Like to see how many orcs are around him, like what his peeps are, right? How many are his trusted lieutenants, and then there's the Steelhawks walking dutifully behind them by 20 paces. You know what I mean? Like we would learn a little bit, just for a bit to see, like at least 24 hours or so.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Maybe there's a favorite pile of scrap that he whizzes on at night. You know, we can stab him then. All right.
Surveillance definitely sounds more your bag.
Well, I mean, I think that we run the risk of a lot of collateral damage bringing fight unnecessarily. If we
is
just
there
kick in the door.
Is there a place for us to stay in Scrapwall?
I mean, there are places to stay. A lot of people. Okay. So there's areas of stuff, but inside the walls there are small houses, inns, just spaces you could take over. There's areas of this that are not controlled by any gang at all that you could find a space in that would be reasonably safe.
Kick out the mutated rats and make it home.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if we could find a place within your territory here that's in view of this palace, that'd be helpful. So maybe we look over on the West Crescent.
You can look. I mean, there's spaces there. It's going to be.
Oh,
very
I'm not talking
obvious
to her
that we're
about this
moving in.
anymore. I'm assuming we left.
Oh, the party.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't. I'd rather her not staying at night, personally. But if it's a matter of,
you realize this area isn't all that big, and if you look like you're moving into a space, they're gonna see you.
It did sound like they're watching the area out of the palace walls pretty well.
Yeah, they might have even noticed this when we walked by. So I think we should probably find a place to stay and let Kent do his investigative work, and we can find out what their behaviors are, and we can go from there. Because he's got to leave sometime, right?
Maybe.
yeah, I'm thinking that there's only going to be either A, he has to report to somebody, or B, there's an arena fight and everyone goes to watch, like a Quidditch match or some weird shit like that, right?
But that's also
like everybody goes.
Right.
But
so that's my thought.
Like the ultimate in collateral damage. If everybody's there, we're going to be.
Hey, how
no, it's more about when he goes, and if everyone's already on their way. Yeah, I mean, it just we'll learn the pattern. That's all my only point. I'm not saying we do anything.
They have like, hey, Hal, they have 8 o'clock Pound Town.
Pound Town. Really? You're bringing that back from Skull and Shackles?
That's kind of funny.
Apparently, Tim would like to go to Pound.
No, I did not. You said that.
Well, double grog rations for him.
Would like to go to Pound Town with Tim.
Hey, when it comes down to it, he might be the one to do the pounding to the towning. But I just don't think we should. Oh, look, he's walking with his people to the arena fight. Let's jump him. I mean, I'm just saying, let's watch how many people, how the formation is. Well, we can see by mannerisms of people's faces and how they act and where they stand, if they're with him or against him. Because I'm sure there's going to be some Steelhawks. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's going to be some Steelhawks that are going to be, oh, look, our leader is being attacked. Let's defend him. And then others will be like, oh, yeah, I'm defending him. Stop,
Right.
thief, stop.
I'll do that. I got. Oh yes. Oh no, I have fallen and I can't get up.
Right. I'd like to know who those loyalists versus. I'd like to see the power base change a little bit before we attack him.
Well, I've got about 4 hours of Mage Armor. Well, 3.5 now. 2, 3. But if you want to find a place to hole up around.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I know I can't ping the map because it's just a.
Yeah,
JPEG,
what I'll do is next session I'll make it an actual map, so you can actually have it as an actual map, so you can ping it.
Sure, but I'd like to try, if we could, just look around, and then after we do a couple of passes, find a place, we walk by and then slink in, and hopefully it's a place that
is. There's areas between gang territories that no one really claims. There's definitely spaces you could find there.
Loser Town.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to try to get something that's within view of this palace.
There's not much. The Steelhawks territory is basically in front of it. You could probably, and then Red Tooth takes the territory to the east. So it's pretty tight towards the front of Scrapwall.
Yeah, but I don't think we should venture out. Like, I think that's just a bad idea.
Yeah. We'll hold up here for now. Okay, so in between those the west part and the east part. Well, you said in between might go unnoticed, so we'll try that. Maybe this maybe one of those hunks of trash, those islands, if you will, on the bottom part.
Islands of trash.
So, how long are you thinking we're going to stay surveilling?
Well, just through the night and through tomorrow. I mean, I figured a full 24 hours will give us an idea, a pattern of some kind. I don't know when these fights happen or how often. But, you know, if nothing happens at all, then it's all for naught. We can plan our next move. It was just my recommendation.
Did the elf tell us how often the fights go on in the arena, or is it like it just goes on whenever there's a fight? Is there like a set time?
It's irregular. Basically, it seems to happen when they need control of a place.
Oh, so it's kind of like using like punishment to like exert their power.
Well, it's punishment, it's entertainment, it's control. It's used to control, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, if we're gonna have a semi-safe-ish space to hold out and watch things, I'm probably gonna try and make whole one of those pistols over the night. Then.
Yeah, I think we should probably find a place to hang out, and then see what happens. See if we see anything during the day or during the night, etc.
Yeah, I'll take up first watch. Kind of surveillance stuff. Do we want to call it for the night? It's midnight here. I don't know if you guys how much longer you want.
Can. I mean, now it's the point where you guys need to decide what you're going to do next and then proceed with it. So anywhere you go is probably a location that you're going to interact with that's going to begin the next step of this.
Well, then maybe we should just stop here?
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, I figured
I
we'll
want to try
reconnoiter.
something. We should raid some people.
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a
Which
thing.
raid?
Yeah, give us.
Yeah.
You got 4 people.
Hey, better than no people.
Yes.
Yeah. See if it works. May not have worked. Hey, I need to figure that out, apparently.
Yes.
Nothing happened. That's sad. Anyway, no raid then, apparently. Let me try again. Oh, experience. What did you get? Did you get anything?
Scrap Golem.
Let me check. Scrap Golem! You did the clockwork thingy.
And we made it through the gateway.
And a haiku.
Good. Tim's all about the haikus. Okay, so 1 junk golem. 2,400 experience.
Ooh, and that's 5 ways?
Hang on. Let me see if that's everything. Let me just check that you got nothing for getting in here.
And the haiku is 100.
Right. I think we need to hear it again when we're paying attention. Okay, so you're getting just that right now.
Okay.
Unless Tim wants to recite his haiku again, in which case he'll give you another 100 experience. Guess that's a no.
Oh, no. Hold on. I have a whole bunch of them on here.
Just going through it. He wasn't even asking for a different one. He was looking for the same ones. You're exceeding expectations there. That sounds like more than just 100.
I know. It's more like how much do we need to hit level 5?
We're gonna need about another 3,500.
Your death, a blue. I could not. drink away. There we go. That was 3,500 worth of experience, Hal.
Nah.
I'll give you 50 for it. I'll give you 100 for it.
Oh, so that's 500. You're such a nice GM.
I'll give you 100 experience, Tim.
Divided 5 ways.
500. Yay!
So
5
we
for
are
everybody?
at 11,543.
How close are you?
3,500. We need
That's
15,000.
not terrible. That's not terrible.
11,543. So we just
Yeah.
got 500 each. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we were at 480, and then the haiku tipped us up 20. Once we divided it.
Oh, then that's up 20. So that would be so 480 and then plus 20. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yay! I get to swung at someone. I actually hit.
Yeah.
Mighty
Yay,
hit,
get
too.
Stuck under again.
And I wasn't required to use my arcane might to destroy it finally.
Took a huge hunk of my money, but I'm very happy with this adamantine investment.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't run across somebody with that.
Honestly, beating up robots, it makes sense. Anything with a hardness. So the scrap golem has 5 DR adamantine.
Sweet.
So basically everybody was at -5 to do damage except for you.
Nice.
Bobble.
Yeah, and golems are paying for magic anyways.
Right?
Yeah, I just like the idea of like an adamantine weapon in order to like jam it through a lock or not have to worry about it breaking into a iron something or other. That's the beauty of it.
It's also kind of beautiful for armor too. I loved having DR
Yeah.
from just the armor.
Yeah, my armor is mithril, but it's got Drukite veins in it.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Yawn
kids.
and yawn.
Everyone is super sleepy. Let's call it, and we'll pull it back together next week or whenever.
Yay! Bye.
Visit us on the Patreons, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Discords, all the places. Let's do the things.
And donate.
Come chat to us.
Donate.
We love to chat to you when we're not here. Come talk to us. We'll continue to go, and you should continue to talk to us and do good things.
Cool.
All right.
Yay.
Night,
Bye.
y'all.
Thanks.